At Li Jang Academy, the Grand Awakening ceremony is finally beginning. This special event will carve out every student's future path. But for one brave young man, it's truly a matter of life or death. Meet Joe Yi, who was reincarnated here just 1 year ago. Sadly, his new start was marked by the tragic loss of his mother. Now his dear sister Jo Yun fights a very mysterious illness. Medical bills are stacking up and his part-time wages just aren't enough. Thankfully, today's ceremony could change everything for them. Joe must become a combat user to hire a high-level priest for her. Luckily, as his turn arrives, a powerful leveling system awakens. It features a starter gift with an incredibly rare hidden profession. After receiving a holy blessing, Joe is shown 3 unique paths: Light Mage, Holy Priest, or Holy Knight. The Mage is essentially just a fragile glass cannon. Huge damage but 0 defense against scary monsters sounds like a total disaster. Now the Priest offers some wonderful defensive skills. They can even revive the dead, which is quite amazing, but their solo combat is weak, requiring a very large party. That leaves us with the Holy Knight, a perfect balance of sturdy defense and reliable offense. While it lacks flashy moves, its divine potential is the ideal choice for his current needs. With a polite smile, Joe chooses the Knight. Congratulations, you have successfully stepped into your new Holy Knight role at level 10. Suddenly, the quiet hall turns into total chaos. Classmates swarm him, hoping to join his inner circle. So cool, can I join your squad? I'd love to follow your lead. I'm a summoner. Together we'll get a perfect trial score. Pick me, I'm a mage. Luckily, a senior student helps clear the crowd. The senior looks very impressed with Joe Yi's new power. Great job. Go home and rest before meeting the principal tomorrow morning. Returning home safely, Joe Yi finally gets a quiet moment to inspect his personal character stats and attributes. He has solid base stats and 10 bonus points to use. That class change gave his power a massive boost in free points. I'll focus on my strength and constitution. He needs high attack power to defeat monsters quickly while staying perfectly safe. He puts 6 points into strength and assigns the remaining points to his health. Suddenly, a wave of pure energy ripples through his entire body. A notification pops up activating a special daily quest for our knight. He can freely choose one of 2 very helpful daily rewards. Option 1 provides 10 additional attribute points for steady growth. For the second choice, he could receive random equipment. Of course, our polite Joe Yi happily accepts the offer. The system begins matching him with a training ground for his level. Match successful, mission objective, eliminate the E-rank monster. Take this seriously, Joe. Dying here means dying in reality. After the notification flashes, Joe Yi teleports into another dimension. He scans the area with care. A dark mine. That makes sense. Textbooks mention that Golabi monsters usually call these mines home. They aren't technically meat eaters, but just like other monsters, they become quite violent the moment they spot a human nearby. Sensing sudden danger, Joe Yi leaps up, dodging a sneaky Golabi strike. In his first battle, Joe tests his raw stats without skills. Let's see if he can defeat this beast using only his fists. Oh my body feels so agile. These increased stats really boosted my power. But as Joe gets cocky, a sharp tail stabs his side. That razor-sharp appendage tears a hole straight through his midsection. Joe stops playing around and immediately triggers his self-heal. Level 1 C-rank skill restores health to party members for 30 seconds. I shouldn't underestimate even a low-level monster like this one. As the beast charges, Joe unleashes 2 skills in a counterattack. Pure White Blade. Tiger Strike level 1 C-rank. He channels power into his arms, forming a glowing crossblade to strike. He attacks surrounding enemies with light magic to stun them. Now for Tiger Strike level 4 D rank. Grab an enemy, charge forward, and throw them with massive force. This deals bonus collision damage to any other nearby enemies. After a quick flurry of punches, the beast falls. Trial complete, performance grade. A. Please select your hero reward now. Reward 1, 10 additional bonus stat points. Reward 2, a Holy Knight skill. Reward 3, a piece of random holy gear. Stats and skill points are the true source of power. He doesn't need to rush skill upgrades, so free stats are best. Still, a weapon would certainly help future trials. It's lovely that the system actually provides some free weapons. With my current budget, I could never afford a decent blade. I'll take the stats and gear. 10 stat points acquired. Basic longsword received. Joe Yi returns to his familiar room. Suddenly his phone chimes with a 5 p.m. hospital reminder. At the hospital, Jo Yun watches the news until her TV shuts off. The head nurse demands payment, remote in hand. She shouts, "Time to pay! 10,000 for the medicine!" Yun's hands tremble. Why so much? It was only 5,000. Is there some kind of mistake here? My brother works 3 jobs for 5,000. Where is the rest coming from? The nurse snaps back. You've used plenty of medicine lately. Between the stabilizers and the priest, the costs really added up. You triggered 3 emergencies last night, keeping the entire night shift on their toes just for you. For a youngster, you certainly have quite the sassy mouth on you, don't you? If you have a problem, feel free to check the hospital bill yourself. Jo Yun tries to chime in saying, "Wait, that is not at all what I meant. Please do not get the wrong idea. Just remember one thing. Since you were not born into wealth, you should stop acting like it. People like you should just accept their humble place. If you simply can't handle the truth." Suddenly, a heavy hand drops onto the nurse's shoulder. Before she can finish, she jumps, spinning around in pure panic. Pardon me, nurse, but I believe I caught you lecturing a patient. You have a very sharp tongue indeed. I wonder if you will keep that same energy in the hospital director's office?" A sophisticated gentleman speaks with a polite smile that feels quite chilly. Beside him stands a massive, terrifying bodyguard, making the rude nurse feel very small. These are clearly not the kind of men anyone should be crossing. Realizing her mistake, she wisely backs away. But first, she throws one final glare at Jo Yun. "This bill is due today." "Who are you?" Jo Yun asks, feeling completely wiped out. She thinks to herself, "Oh no, could these be some fancy debt collectors?" The man offers a business card and a charming grin. "You must be Miss Jo Yun, right? I am actually a very close friend of your brother." A moment later, Jo Yi rushes in, clutching a payment receipt tightly. "You and I went to pay, but the system says there is already $100,000 in your account. Do you have any idea how that happened?" Jo Yi looks up from the paper and finally notices the 2 mysterious men waiting in the room. He asks nervously, "And who are you?" The gentleman steps forward to introduce himself. "Greetings, Mr. Jo Yi. I am Zhao Bin, the personal secretary to the mayor." "I would like a moment of your time," he says, offering a handshake. The mayor is the city's most powerful figure, making his secretary a very big deal. How impressive. Why would someone so important be looking for a guy like me, Jo Yi wonders, while politely accepting Zhao Bin's hand for a friendly greeting. A hospital isn't the best spot for a chat. "Shall we go elsewhere?" Secretary Zhao agrees cheerfully. Before leaving, he tells his bodyguard to stay and keep young Jo Yun safe. The exciting news about Jo Yi's legendary hidden class is spreading like crazy. Now everywhere you look, people are whispering about his incredible stroke of luck. Actually, 3 schoolgirls at a local cafe are buzzing with joy over the news. "Did you see the trends? A student from the academy actually got a legendary hidden class. I think his name is Jo Yi. Look, someone leaked a photo of him from school. Wow, he is actually super cute." Hearing this, Zhao Bin smiles warmly at Jo Yi. Mr. Zhou, congrats on gaining your legendary S-rank talent, the protection of the Holy Angel. You are a holy knight now." "It was just luck," Zhou replies modestly. "Naden, gaining an S-rank talent during a standard ceremony is much more than just luck, my friend. The mayor is taking your awakening very seriously. He even told the media to back off so they would not bother you." While talking, he presents a small box with a single key and explains the gift. He has also prepared special training items to help you crush your college entrance exams. These riches are safely tucked away in a secure city bank vault. This is the only key. If you need anything else, please just ask. The mayor clearly sees my potential, as he's spending a fortune to invest in me. Everything about this situation seems absolutely perfect. Though I know there is no such thing as a free lunch in this world, he definitely expects a favor in return later on. Noticing the young man's quiet thought, the official decided it was time to play his ace. Starting this very moment, a team of top medical specialists will look after Miss Jo 24/7. And that is not even the best part. A level 36 priest is already scheduled to arrive next month just to treat Miss Xiaowen. Hearing those incredible terms, Zhou quickly agreed to the mayor's support. After the meeting, he hurried back to his sister's room to share the great news. She gasped in total shock. "Wow, does this mean you have finally made it big? Can I just be the lucky mascot tagging along for the ride?" He gave her a playful tap on the head. "You are being silly again. Just focus on getting healthy, okay?" Then she looked up at him with curiosity. Every class has unique powers, so what can you actually do? That reminded him, after his change, 3 exclusive Holy Knight skills had appeared in his menu. He had the Blade of Purity for striking enemies, along with Gradual Recovery for healing and Weapon Blessing to buff his teammates. Since Gradual Recovery mends wounds, he decided to test it on his sister. He gently rested a hand on her head and used the skill. Ooh, that feels amazing. It is like a warm spa day and a nice massage rolled into one, brother. Do you feel better too? Coming out of her cozy daze, her face glowed with happiness as she cheered. "The pain is gone. My hands feel so warm. You are incredible." He looked at her with pure love, feeling proud of his choice to become a noble holy knight. He chose this path specifically to help her mysterious condition. After all, the Holy Knight is known as the ultimate healing class in this entire world. Even if a full cure is not possible, yet easing her agonizing pain was enough for now. The next day, Principal Lu personally led him to the office beaming. Yesterday, dozens of famous universities reached out about your early admission. My phone was basically vibrating off the desk, and just this morning, 4 of the country's top 10 schools have already called. Make sure you shine so we can get you the absolute best training resources possible. The professors there are all level 35 masters. With early admission, your future is bright. By the way, which specific schools reached out? He listed Vinduang University and Shuyangnam University. Wait, did the top 3 schools not reach out to us? The big 3 always base their invites strictly on exam scores. They do not care about your class or talent level, so they never do early offers. As they reached the door, they could hear a loud argument from inside. Old man, that province is over 4,000 kilometers away. Did you fly a jet? A jet. Do not be silly. I used a long-distance teleportation circle. Using one of those burns a level 30 mana core every single time, offering such prizes to a true genius. Naturally, a talent this bright belongs at Shuyangnam University. Let the best offer win. Just then, Lu Hong beamed as he opened the door. Professors, Xiao Yi has arrived. He introduced the prestigious group waiting inside. Please meet Professor Xiao of Vinduang and Professor Li from Shuyangnam, plus the famous Professor Chu of Hanthan and Professor Yu from Enkat. Xiao Yi gave a polite bow to everyone. His humble manners charmed them instantly, a hidden class user without an ego that is truly a legendary find. Professor Xiao cut to the chase immediately. Take a look at the massive offer from Vinduang University. Join us for 2 million cash and 3 rare Holy Knight skill books. Xiao Yi was stunned. Most families live on 6,000 monthly. Yet Vinduang offered 2 million upfront plus those epic skill books that others only ever see in dreams. The mayor's gifts were nothing compared to this. Is that all still stingy, Vinduang? Professor Li laughed, stepping up next. Listen, Xiao Yi, join Shuyangnam for 3 million. You will get annual skill books and training from a level 56 Holy Knight Setstia Wanyanam, level 56. That is a global superstar. Learning from such a master meant his journey to the top was set. Lu Hong was amazed, but Professor Chu had a bigger surprise. Honestly, you gentlemen are barely even trying yet. Hanthan University starts with 2 million cash, plus instant access to B-rank training resources the moment you sign our contract. B-rank resources. Lu Hang gasped his eyes, pleading with Xiao Yi to accept the deal immediately. High-tier materials like those cannot be bought with money. With such treasures, even a tiny pebble can become a mighty mountain. Despite these incredible offers, Xiao Yi declined. He was determined to reach the elite Big 3 schools. In education, Suhong University is iconic, alongside the famous Qingjing and Moto universities. Together, they form the nation's untouchable Big 3. They accept only 1,000 students, and humans are not the only candidates. Mighty elves and giants also fight for those spots. Let's face it, those races possess terrifying natural advantages from birth. With so many genius competitors, getting into the Big 3 is a feat that feels almost impossible. Hearing this refusal, the professor's aura flared. He thought he'd found a gem, but now he only saw an arrogant child. I've read your file. For 18 years, your base stats have been terribly low. Without huge help, you are just a weakling with the lowest possible stats. Honestly, reaching elite schools with your current skills is impossible. You would be a level 1 mob in a boss room without training. You are just another non-playable character. Zhao Yi steadied himself, thinking, wow, this pressure is intense. If I were my old self, I would be flat on the floor. Suddenly, Li Hong stepped in to shield Zhao Yi. Teacher Xiao, are you really bullying my student here? Watching nearby, Chu Yu noticed the young man held his ground quite well. This boy is remarkably tough. Realizing his mistake, Xiao Tianfu calmed his energy. Success requires character, not just stats. With that ego, he would fail instantly. I am leaving. Goodbye, Principal Luo. Since Zhao Yi has such big dreams, I will see myself out. The other teachers followed him out. Li Hang went to fix the situation, leaving Zhao Yi alone with Chu Yu. You have guts, kid, but Teacher Xiao is not entirely wrong. This land is full of geniuses and high-stat non-humans. Reaching the top tier is hard. Zhao Yi simply smiled with confidence. My scores will speak for themselves. With 1 month left and his system active, he was ready to grind to legendary levels. Soon he would not be applying, he would be choosing. It has been years since I saw such a focused look. It reminds me of my dungeon clearing days. I have spent too long behind a desk. Perhaps I am out of touch. Yu looked at Zhao Yi, then headed for the exit with a cheerful smile. Very well then. Show me your worth on exam day. Until then, Zhao Yi. In a flash, the training month ended, and exam day arrived. The hall was filled with anxious, whispering students. Oh no, Demon Lord Yang made this test. We are absolutely doomed. The last time he ran, the committee passing grades plummeted. It was a total academic massacre. Did you hear Zhao Yi rejected a full ride for the top schools? Is he crazy? Even elite geniuses aren't that bold. What is his secret? Just a lucky hidden class. He is far too cocky. He is definitely going to fail big time. That offer included 1 million yen I would have signed instantly. What a huge mistake. Suddenly, Zhao Yi entered the room. The gossiper went silent, staring in shock before whispering, Wait, why does Zhao Yi look so different? He feels like a high-level player now. Dungeon unlocked. After a loud system chime, the dungeon stats appeared before everyone. The Umbral Forest calls scaling from level 10 to 13, with nightmare challenges for solo or group play. Watch out, demon cats and bullfeet are prowling for a human snack. Oh, the joy of the deep woods. Soggy swamp feet and tanky bullfeed. Honestly, Demon, Lord Yang is really putting us through the ringer today. Group sizes usually scale with the danger, and this time the limit has jumped from 3 to 5. While everyone grumbled about the change, Li Jang politely reminded them to stay humble and play smart. If things get too spicy, use those return scrolls immediately. Remember, there are no extra lives. It is game over. Failing beats a funeral. It is showtime. Everyone candidates get ready to move. The moment Yang gave the signal, everyone sparkled and warped right into the heart of the dungeon. Giant screens flickered to life, broadcasting the action. Look, Class 1's warrior. Sun Chang is soloing hard. Mu Qin, the assassin, is also braving a solo hard run, while Class 1's elementalist trio stands ready. They are tackling hard mode together, but Class 5's Holy Knight is attempting a solo nightmare run. Class 2's Star Mage and Swordsman duo are hitting hard mode. That is our elite rocket class for you. Aside from a few pairs, most elites are going solo. After all, nobody wants to share that sweet experience. High risk for high reward, exactly how the top tier players like to roll. As the audience chatted, a girl pointed and yelled, Look, Zhao Yi is on screen and he is soloing Nightmare. In the VIP seats, director Jia Tao's jaw dropped in shock. He slammed his desk and roared at Luo Hong. A holy knight is the ultimate teammate. They would be unstoppable together, so why is Zhao Yi going alone? He chose Nightmare mode, where the death rate is 40%. Principal, we spent a fortune leveling this kid. We did everything to ensure his success. If he perishes, the government's reputation will be absolutely ruined. This shows he ignores our investment. Lu Heng just smiled politely and tried to calm the angry director down. Director Jia Zhou Yi is a clever young man. I bet he has a secret plan up his sleeve. Inside the woods, Zhou Yi spotted a shadow zipping through trees. Our hero gripped his weapon, ready for battle. Readying his bronze axe, Zhou felt his stats shift the moment his fingers curled around the long handle. Strength rose by 7, while agility dropped by 2. Suddenly a beast pounced, but Zhou's timing was absolutely flawless. With a roar, he sliced the monster's strength 45, vitality 51, agility 43, and intelligence 52. Zhou closed his status window with a cheerful smirk. Level 10 already, yet his average stats reached 47. That rivals level 13's, Zhou gave a polite grin and called out, Still hiding. I know you are there. No worries, I will find you. I am coming. He charged straight into the thicket without a second thought. Instantly, a brilliant golden aura wrapped around his weapon. Weapon Blessing level 4 was now active. This C-rank skill boosts everyone's attack. Zhou wove through the monsters like a hungry tiger among helpless sheep. Every single swing dispatched a monster with elegant, cheerful ease. Thanks to Divine Angel's protection, his Holy Knight skills reached new heights and his axe damage surged 21 points. Others would be so jealous of this buff. The exam limits weapons to 3-star bronze quality or lower. But my axe performs like a 5-star masterpiece. In this race, every single stat point is a precious treasure. This advantage puts me miles ahead. Just then, more monsters tried a sneaky back attack from the shadows. Zhou vanished his axe and whispered, Pure White Blade. A light cross erupted, dicing the beasts across the floor. He had already boosted Pure White Blade to level 5. It deals holy damage and one-shots these mobs with total ease. Zhou snatched a severed limb and tossed it playfully, aiming for the one lucky survivor of the pack. That limb whistled like a precision arrow, impaling the beast and pinning it to a nearby tree. Outside, the crowd watching Zhou's feat erupted. Senior Joe's timing is perfect. That light blade was absolutely incredible. He is totally broken. Senior Joe looks so powerful and cool. I have seen that heavy axe before. How is he swinging it? Did he dump everything into strength? Hearing the chatter, Tang Tanjun narrowed his eyes. As a veteran teacher, his observation skills were far superior. No, look closer. Joe's speed actually exceeds the demon cat's. It is not just brute strength at play. His skills fire off in a total flash. With all that mana, he must have dumped every point into intelligence. Look at those axe angles and that perfect range. Every swing is calculated. The guy is a literal combat genius. Tong Tianjun glared jealously at Liang Yang, muttering about why a high-tier talent is stuck in Class 5. Jia Dao looked serious. Zhou Yi has great instincts, but he is being a bit reckless. Wasting stamina on these basic cats is just silly. Nightmare dungeons are not just about strength. Those numbers are overwhelming. Even top mages fail when their mana pools run dry. Lugging that heavy battle axe is a massive drain. A few swings are easy, but doing it hundreds of times. Soon he won't even have the strength to lift his weapon. Eventually those demon cats will just tear him apart. Suddenly a fresh mob of monsters swarmed Zhou Yi, sparking an uproar. The next wave of cats is already here. They aren't giving him any room to breathe. There must be 100 of them. Can our senior really handle this? Every eye was fixed on the screen, waiting for Zhou Yi's next move. And inside the dungeon, he did not disappoint. He blended his weapon and skills perfectly, wiping out the entire swarm. As the last one fell, a portal vortex appeared. It was the next stage entrance. Zhou Yi stepped inside without hesitation and emerged to find a massive horde waiting. Outside, the host pointed at the screen, giving a live report. Welcome back to the AVA live broadcast, everyone. It's your favorite, Big Bro MC. We're watching the Academy's star, the S+ talent, the brilliant Holy Knight Zhou Yi. He just cleared the first stage of this nightmare dungeon with ease, finishing in just 3 minutes and 17 seconds. Do you understand how fast that is? 3 minutes and 17 seconds. That's 29 seconds faster than last year's provincial champion. Getting way too excited, Big Bro MC practically hugged the lens. The cameraman sighed, "Dude, move out of the way already." A fan nearby gasped, "He just sliced through the whole mob. He only stopped to breathe after the very last one." How high is his constitution stat anyway? Zhang Fei teased that the experts were wrong about him wasting his precious stamina. In the front row, Li reminded her, "Zhang Fei, just stay focused and watch the exam. Don't get distracted now." Maybe the director isn't such a pro after all. Zhang Fei giggled, noticing Mr. Li was grinning from ear to ear. "You can't fool me." Li rubbed his face and muttered, "Was my happy face really that obvious to everyone here?" "Senior Joe is through the gate," someone yelled, and suddenly the whole crowd went silent, eyes glued to the giant screen. Inside, Zhou Yi's appraisal skill kicked into high gear. Detailed monster data flooded his vision with total perfect clarity. A level 14 silver tier minotaur with berserk and super armor appeared. Level 12, bronze tier cats acted as the squad's healers. Level 13, flame cats prepared their master fireballs, while level 11, cursed cats specialized in the dark arts of debuffing. These cats are organized. We have got warriors, healers, and even some mages. This is a real adventuring party. A silver tier tank leading a balanced party. Talk about a classic setup. Stage 1 was just a warm-up against grunts. But Stage 2 feels like staring down a disciplined elite army. The threat level just jumped up by several hundred times. Before Zhou Yi could blink, the monsters launched a synchronized assault. Melee units rushed in while mages chanted from the back. Suddenly, dark arms burst from the ground. They grabbed Zhou Yi, pinning him down to face the charging monster horde. Fireballs rained down as the front line prepared the final strike. Outside, the crowd gasped, worried Zhou Yi was cursed. "Oh boy, this looks really bad." Back inside Zhou, Yi just grinned despite the chaos and let out a soft chuckle. Warriors tanking and mages casting. What a polite little team. Zhou Yi waited for their claws to graze him before shouting, "Holy Cross Light." Suddenly, a giant radiant cross of pure divine light materialized and filled the entire room. Its golden brilliance swept out, swallowing every monster in sight. Holy Cross Light is a powerful B-rank divine area skill. It incinerates any nearby foes with intense heavenly light for several seconds. A chorus of painful, high-pitched screeches filled the air. As the golden glow finally ebbed, Zhou Yi didn't see monsters anymore. Only a field of defeated, unmoving bodies remained. Watching from outside, Jia Dao's jaw hit the floor. Wait, he one-shotted them. Who said the Holy Knight was just support? That's a god-tier B-rank area of effect nuke. In this world, skills are ranked just as strictly as personal talent tiers. Out of 7 tiers, the higher you go, the rarer the power. But Jia Dao couldn't help feeling a bit suspicious. Official ranks usually only give out C-tier skills. How did he get a B rank? This kid is definitely full of surprises. Every monster was wiped out except for one very angry-looking Minotaur. Zhou Yi pointed his blade and teased, "Just us now. Bring it." The Minotaur responded by instantly activating two powerful self-buffs known as Berserk and Super Armor. It unleashed its war stomp, cracking the earth toward Zhou. Thinking fast, Zhou Yi leaped high into the air to dodge. Floating midair, Zhou Yi was helpless as the monster launched a savage charge his way. Cloaked in legendary super armor, it seemed invincible, yet Zhou Yi refused to back down. He unleashed an aerial slash, meeting the beast head-on and shoving the bull backward. Crossing his dual blades, he triggered Pure White Blade, carving a holy light that shredded it. Instantly, Zhou Yi reappeared nearby, raising his weapon to deliver one final crushing strike. "Tough hide," he joked, before flawlessly cleaving the bull titan in two. Yet it lived. Slumping in blood, it glared with malice until Zhou Yi stepped up to crush its skull. He knew the hunt ended when that familiar swirling portal finally flickered into view. Watching the gate, he whispered, "Boss time." Outside, the spectators were absolutely losing their minds. Fans leaped up shouting, "Oh my goodness, he just split a massive monster in one swing." That is wild, since the bull was berserk. His power is insane. Such a cool combo. "Marry me, Zhou Yi," someone yelled. The timer showed stage 2 took 59 seconds. Incredible work. His precision and control are elite for someone who changed classes only recently. Jiudao beamed at Principal Lu Hang. "Congratulations, you found a once-in-a-lifetime prodigy for your school." Lu Hang grinned. "Every underdog gets his day, and our school finally has its superstar. Since opening, our top graduate only reached 72nd place in the whole province. This boy could change everything." Suddenly, someone shouted, "Wait, why is he skipping the break?" "He is heading straight for the boss." Everyone stared as Zhou Yi entered the vortex. That silly boy skipping recovery is suicide against a boss. What a waste. Lu Hang stayed calm, suggesting Zhou Yi had a plan. He wondered about the boy's strategy. This province is full of geniuses. To hit the top, you must solo nightmare dungeons. To become the true champion, speed clearing is the only way forward. Back in the action, Zhou Yi reached stage 3. Seeing the boss, he smiled. Leveling time. Meet the level 16 Minotaur King. The gap is huge, but our hero is ready. "How dare you enter my home?" the boss roared, charging at Zhou Yi with fury. "Buff time, blessing of courage and divine grace, please, Zhou." Yi blinked behind the giant. He gave a polite wave. "Excuse me, little calf, I am back here," and transformed instantly. The boss turned furiously, but Zhou Yi was already striking, yet the king blocked easily. Even with 4 buffs, he couldn't scratch that hide. Zhou Yi dashed back for another try. It felt like hitting steel sparks flew as the king let out a frustrated, thunderous roar. He slammed his weapon down. Zhou Yi hopped away and saw a mysterious purple flash. Suddenly, the king was in his face. With no time to move, Zhou Yi was launched. He smashed through 5 pillars. "Thank goodness for this armor," he muttered, dusting himself off. "I would be in pieces otherwise." Well, that little tumble was actually quite an educational experience. Raising his hand, Zhou Yi called his Spear of Victory as golden vortexes appeared around him. Golden spears zoomed toward the king. Spear of Victory. Level 3. It looks impressive, right? These holy spears deal massive damage. The king tried to bat the incoming projectiles away. Yet the boss remained unharmed. Suddenly a warning popped up. "Careful, your mana is low." He just shrugged and kept the skill going while quickly brainstorming a brand new plan. "Wow, this guy is tough," he thought. "His health is beyond mine. What a challenge. Brute force won't work." Thinking it over with a polite smile, he realized the trick. The teachers would not set an impossible test. "I noticed something interesting during our scuffle. That big fellow is actually quite slow, isn't he? If he attacked from every side, he would win." Zhou Yi rained spears from every angle. A few landed perfectly, striking the king's knees. "Mana low," warned the system. Zhou Yi clenched his fist, exploding the spears to drop him. This slow Minotaur King has a hidden flaw, terrible resistance. He is a tanky fellow, but status effects and critical hits truly ruin his day. So I simply must unleash a flurry of high-damage skills at maximum speed. Precision's everything here. One tiny mistake means 0 mana and failing the entire exam I have to time this perfectly. Zhou spotted his opening while the beast was down. He launched every spear at the king and boom detonated them all. Warning. Mana levels are critical. No time for an ultimate move. I must strike right now. With a polite smile, Zhou charged the king and drew his blade. One final slash, and the massive beast was sliced clean in 2. Congratulations. You officially cleared the Nightmare Dungeon in 9 minutes and 24 seconds. A new record has been saved. You earned a triple S rank. Congrats. You are now the #1 clearer for this entire dungeon. Zhou froze in total shock. Top ranked, he whispered. Am I actually the highest scorer in the whole district? He snapped back, pumping his fists in the air. Yes, I actually did it, Joe cheered to himself. Since reincarnating a year ago, I lost my mother and my sister grew ill. The medical bills were nearly crushing my spirit. I refused to quit, even with stuck stats. I pushed my combat skills to the limit and forged an unbreakable will. Then the system arrived, giving me a real second chance. This time, I am the true master of my own destiny. I will work harder than anyone to succeed. No turning back now. Joe took a deep breath and composed himself. He dismissed his armor and entered the vortex. Victory. You gained 5,121 experience and 20 skill points. You reached level 11, 12, and 13, plus you earned the super rare rainforest belt, plus 10 constitution and 7 strength. The jungle set effect is now active, giving you a massive buff based on constitution. Your health, stamina, and mana recovery rates are now all officially tripled. Congrats, you also scored the rainforest ring. While in the jungle, enjoy a steady buff tied directly to your constitution. Your health, stamina, and mana recovery are all tripled once again. You got 10 mana restoring strawberries and 1 golden Minotaur King card. That is some premium enchanting material right there. Successful enchantments now boost strength requirements by 20. As Joe walked out, a massive wall of cheers greeted him. Welcome back, Senior Joe. You are incredible, big brother. Joe is a total beast. All hail the god of gaming. Joe was stunned as camera shutters filled the air. A mob of reporters were aiming their lenses right at him. Flashes exploded like a fireworks show as 2 very important figures pushed through the massive crowd. It was Headmaster Lu and Director Gia themselves. Lu smiled warmly. Clearing a nightmare dungeon alone in just 10 minutes? Our academies haven't seen this in over 100 years. What a magnificent achievement. Joe is now the top rank in Suhong County. His potential is boundless. Joe gave a polite, humble smile. Suddenly, a sleek vehicle pulled up, causing a scene. Whose car is that? How is it allowed on the testing grounds? Is that the flying S400 Magic model worth a literal mansion? The luxury ride stopped right before Joe. Director Gia opened the door personally. Expect your results in 3 days. We will give you the word immediately. I appreciate it, Director. Joe followed Lu toward the car. Lu nodded. Go home and relax. Wait for the big news. Later, Joe arrived at the hospital to check on Xiao Yun. Xiao Wenbin had kept his word perfectly. Xiao Yun was moved into an elite medical suite with top-tier staff watching her 24/7. A nurse smiled warmly as he entered the elevator. Welcome back, Mr. Joe. Joe gave her a friendly nod. I heard your big exam was today. Did you crush it? She asked, pressing the button for floor 26. Suddenly, a biting chill filled the small space. The nurse shivered. That is odd. It is freezing in here. Is the air conditioning broken? Joe's eyes narrowed as he saw frost creeping through the door. Something was wrong. On the 26th floor, the doors slid open and the nurse let out a scream of pure horror. The hallway was now a frozen wasteland of jagged ice. Neither staff nor patients were spared from the frost. They were ice statues with terrified faces. Panic-stricken, Joe sprinted toward Xiao Yun's room at full speed. He left the nurse behind as she cried out. In a flash, the frost turned her into a silent statue. Joe smashed through the frozen door, yelling for Xiao Yun, but the scene inside left him completely speechless. Xiao Yun was writhing as frost poured from her body, forming a colossal ice dragon above her bed. A mysterious figure was casting a spell to stabilize her energy. Just as Joe prepared to strike at the beast, "Wait, stop the attack!" The young healer screamed in a panic. Hearing her desperate plea, Zhou Yi quickly backed away from the frosty ice dragon. "Sister Qing, what's wrong?" he asked. She warned that reckless strikes are super dangerous. One bad shot could shatter the poor girl's heart meridians. "Why is there a dragon here?" Zhou Yi wondered. Sister Qing gave a heavy sigh. "Xiao Yun's illness is peaking, and this icy aura will soon freeze us all solid. I can barely hold this frost back. You have to leave right now." Zhou Yi's heart sank. "Leave? But we can't just walk away from Xiao Yun like this." Before he could finish, Sister Qing cut him off. "Without a high-tier priest, there's just no hope." Zhou Yi took a long, steady breath. He focused his mind and called out to his secret power system. "Put all my points into gradual heal. Level 4 reached, now boosted all the way to level 10. This massive buff would fix wounds while restoring stamina and mana for the whole team. The healing magic would hold strong for quite a while." Without wasting a second, Zhou Yi cast the spell on Xiao Yun. Sister Qing gasped in shock. How could a holy knight have such pure, incredible mana? This power. It even made her own level 23 priest skills look small. "Sister, I'll hold them off," Zhou Yi shouted. "Find Secretary Zhao immediately. Tell him we need a high-ranking priest right now or she won't make it." "But Zhou Yi, every high-tier priest is already fully booked." "The next opening isn't until next week. That's way too late." Even if I run as fast as I can, we'd never make it in time. Zhou Yi's gaze turned cold as ice. Tell the secretary this if he saves her today. At any time in the future, Zhou Yi will owe him a massive unconditional favor. I swear it. Sister Qing was stunned. She nodded quickly and bolted off to find the secretary. Zhou Yi immediately turned back to help the freezing girl. This icy flare-up was a total nightmare that Xiaoyun faced every single night this year. Trapped in this biting frozen aura, her body was filled with a pain much worse than death. It was honestly heartbreaking to watch. The frost was getting stronger, but he never expected the cold energy to actually become physical. He whispered softly to comfort her. Gritting his teeth, he pushed forward even as the frost began to numb his fingers. Time slowly ticked by as the dark night fell. Just as his mana hit 0, a mysterious green orb zipped into the room. It bounced around like a crazy rubber ball. It smashed into the ice dragon, sending cracks through its frozen body. Seeing Xiaoyun flinch, Zhou Yi yelled, "Stop, you're hurting her." Suddenly, the orb slammed into him, sending Zhou Yi rolling across the floor. Then a girl with a giant brush appeared, playfully teasing the mighty dragon. The beast let out a massive roar and lunged. She swung her heavy brush like a club, giving the dragon a polite little bonk on the head. Then she twirled the brush tip. She started painting glowing magic characters all over the dragon's frozen icy body. With a green flash in her eyes, she brought the brush down hard. A magic circle flared up, forcing the frost dragon back toward Xiaoyun. It shrank down fast, turning into a chilly orb that merged into her chest. Seeing Xiaoyun finally smile, Zhou Yi sighed. Thank goodness it's over. Just then, the cute healer turned toward him. Are you Zhou Yi? I've heard a lot about you. I'm Quina, a level 35 priest. Zhou Yi bowed politely as Quina explained what was happening. Director Jia begged me to treat your sister as a special favor. Quina admit that without Jia's constant praise, she might not have helped at all. Still, watching him survive that intense chill proved Jia was right about his amazing potential. Zhou Yi asked Miss Quina, what's really wrong with my sister? Can she be cured? Quina noted the cold was becoming physically real. This is a sure sign of a rare bloodline awakening. Zhou Yi gasped. An awakening? He remembered when the game first launched, many players chose cool races like elegant elves or powerful demons. When the game merged with reality, players started showing traits of their bloodlines. For example, elven descendants grew green eyes and pointed ears. Those with giant blood grew over 3 to 4 meters tall. Over the last 200 years, these races mixed with humans and bloodlines became diluted. Traits vanished except for rare cases of awakening. Quina continued with a very gentle smile. A bloodline awakening is both a wonderful blessing and a tricky curse. Success brings incredible power-making, leveling up, and learning skills a breeze. But failure can lead to paralysis or something even worse. The worst-case scenario is death. Your sister is suffering because this energy is just too much. She's too weak to control her own massive power. I think she's awakening the Frost bloodline, which is very rare. To survive, her physical body has to completely change. I recall only one treasure can help the legendary Glacial Ice Lotus. However, that item is incredibly hard to find nowadays. The last one was sold at an auction 30 years ago to a mystery person for 13 billion credits. In 3 months, the frost inside her will explode and become uncontrollable. The only other way is to seal her bloodline forever. Use this token to call me once you decide. But be warned, if we seal it, she can never level up again. Her journey as a player would end right then and there. After Quina left, Zhou Yi stared at the token. 5 days later, a cheerful blue system notification popped up. 200 squats, push-ups, and swings finished. Phew, all done. Shiswa, daily quest complete. Please choose your reward. Zhou Yi spoke up. Give me the attribute points. He always chose attributes for his rewards. To become a legendary Holy Knight, health and mana are vital. Every point shapes a true hero. He meticulously applied points in a steady 2-3-2 pattern. Now he truly has 0 weaknesses. Just then the system chimed, "Ding results are in, and your quest is officially complete." Incredible. You are the province's top-ranked student. Claim your legendary rewards for this grand achievement. You unlocked a God-tier S-rank Divine Beast skill and earned the legendary Resurrection Cross Staff. Plus the S-rank Secret Art God's Descent is yours. Don't overlook the A-rank Field of Light. You've earned 30 free attribute points to distribute. After the exams, Zhou Yi's name went viral everywhere. I knew he was special as a holy knight. I insisted the city back him. I guess I just have a sharp eye for talent. Students watched their principal on TV completely stunned. A support class holy knight is the top scorer at Xiao. They're usually so slow at dungeons. A level 10 soloing nightmare difficulty, that's impossible. Suspecting a cheat, one girl grabbed her phone. I've got the footage. The proof is here. Even skeptics were floored. His hidden power is absolutely insane. Does his light magic outdamage a fire mage? Blessed by divine grace, he's truly unstoppable. Can we even count his buffs? Meanwhile, in a luxury penthouse, a red-haired boy watched intently. He tracked Zhou Yi's time 9 minutes, 24 seconds. 20 seconds faster than me. Intriguing. With one flick of his finger, an object exploded nearby. A devious grin crossed his face. No one takes my spotlight. It's time to move. The next morning, Zhou Yi got a shock. His banking app showed a massive pending deposit. The government just sent him a literal fortune. He called Secretary Zhao for answers. Mr. Zhou, regarding your brilliant performance on the big exam, you've been gifted $5 million and a villa. Should we select a luxury neighborhood? I guess everyone knows I'm the top ranker. Zhou Yi grinned. Go ahead and choose for me. Top universities are calling, need a car. No need, Zhou noted. They're already at my door. Zhou observed the gentleman before him. With a polite smile and a card, he introduced himself warmly. Vin Duong, suddenly, a bold voice cut in. Didn't your school call Zhou arrogant and clueless last week? Why the change of heart? The scout looked up to see a giant man on a helicopter ladder. The idiot who said that was blind. He's been fired and banned from our campus for life. The flustered scout turned to Zhou. Young man, join us, and Vin Duong will grant you 4 million credits. Whatever they offer, Moto University will double it without a second thought. Zhou belongs to us, everyone else can pack up. The powerhouse landed, heavily fueling the other scouts' fury. Suddenly, a sweet voice whispered, curious about what Thonkin University can offer you. A winged, purple-haired teacher suddenly snatched Zhou into the sky, dodging the muscular man's reaching hand. With him alone, she murmured softly, Thonkin may seem humble, dear student, but our growth resources are unmatched. We'll provide top-tier A-rank materials every single school year. Suddenly, a magic circle swallowed her. A mysterious teacher in elegant black appeared instantly before Zhou. She issued a soft warning. Poaching top talent is a risky game for any school's reputation. Whatever Jinghua promises, Su Hong matches. Is this a recruitment or a kidnapping? Drop him or things get messy. The muscular teacher flew up. Precisely. Don't force his hand. Zhou Badu University offers more than A-rank supplies. We'll gift you a full set of gold rank gear. Feeling the heat, she released Zhou with a sparkling smile. Kidnapping. No, just a polite chat with our star. The choice is yours, young Zhou. I'm Su Mayor from Su Hong, where only the strong survive. Climb our rankings to prove your worth. Succeed, and we'll swap your A-rank perks for S-rank ones. Furthermore, Su Hong has dominated the freshman exchange games for 4 consecutive years. Our training methods are objectively the nation's best. The winged teacher snapped, Sum, what's with the attitude? Trophies don't make you special. Well, results talk. Maybe Jinghua staff should just try harder next time. While the professors bickered, Zhao Yi calmly considered his legendary future paths. The elite offers from all 3 schools were essentially equal. Any choice promised a top-tier career. I want to reach my peak at the perfect school. After thinking, Zhao Yi chose Su Hong. Miss Su then pulled out a scroll. Behold the special recruitment contract for Su Hong University. If this looks good sign right here. The muscular teacher sighed, missing out on such talent. Sniped by Su Hong again, but Miss Sun added, you can always transfer to Jinghua later. Miss Su glared at her rival, still scheming. Plus, she was casting without a staff. How impressive. Scanning the contract, Zhao Yi gasped in surprise before looking at Miss Su in utter disbelief. Miss Su, what's your level? 42-second advancement mage. Zhao Yi froze. But you look so young. It's a big world. You'll meet many young geniuses here. Now this is getting exciting. Zhao Yi grinned. It had been forever since he had a real rival. Sparring at Su Hong would accelerate his leveling. With the contract signed, Miss Su gave instructions. All right, you have exactly 1 week to pack. I'll pick you up then. Wait, does school registration really start this early? Zhao Yi asked. Miss Su winked. Special recruits start early for elite training to really boost their power levels. That way, you'll dominate the national freshman competition for us. Just like that, a week flew by. Once the siblings moved into their new villa, Zhao Yi departed. He asked Secretary Zhao for help. After some gentle nagging, he hopped into the car. Noticing his look, Miss Su smiled. First time, it is. Then brace yourself. Suddenly, the car plunged straight through a massive spatial gate. The gates of the university appeared instantly. Wow, we weren't even in that much of a hurry. Was a teleportation circle really necessary? Zhao Yi gasped, seeing magic circles being used for everyday traffic. He was stunned. Teleportation is usually for the military. Even small circles require mountains of government paperwork. Our university works closely with the military's top brass, the mayor explained with a polite smile. So we have a massive private teleportation hub right here. It's super handy and totally safe. Zhao Yi's jaw dropped at the sight. Whoa, this is wild. Let's get you registered for action. While Zhao Yi looked around, something whistled past. A young man was launched through the air. A white-haired girl glared at the airborne flirt. I already told you I have zero interest in you. That kick was just a warning. Don't push it. She left as the crowd laughed at him. Looks like young Master Deng met his match. He tries to woo the new girls every year. He finally picked the wrong opponent. Serves him right. Zhao Yi watched her. Wait, is that a demonic mark? She carries demon blood. Sumia noticed his shock and gave him a knowing nudge. There are many students here with non-human bloodlines, so try not to look too surprised later. Don't worry, as long as they're allies, I'm cool. I'm not going to hate them for nothing. That's good to hear. Sumia materialized a card and handed it over. Here is your student ID. He peeked at the rankings on his new card. Now let's discuss the school's various ranking tiers. Each school year has its own ranking tier. Strength equals rank. Freshmen start based on exam scores. You placed first. You're the strongest freshman for now, but it's only a temporary title, my friend. In 1 month, the tournament will reshuffle the leaderboard. From now on, you've got a target on you. Every student will be gunning for your spot. Zhao Yi replied, if I'm number 1, I'm staying. Sumia smiled and continued the tour. Next up are credits. Freshmen get a base amount for starters. Credits buy everything from gourmet meals to high-end potions. You can even buy S-rank skills with them. Besides your rank, there are 2 other ways to earn credits. First up are the special missions. Just browse the website for suitable quests. Once you finish a mission, credits are wired to you. Second, you'll receive monthly credits based on your rank. This university has about 1,000 elite students. The competition for the leaderboards is quite fierce, so you'll need to stay on your toes. Okay. Additionally, the first secret dungeon is Goblin City levels 17 to 21. The second is Twisted Forest. Level 28 unlocks Purgatory. Dungeons need specific levels plus entry credits to enter. Entrance fees are a must. Better level up at the training grounds. First friends, fight real players, or scrap with droids. Strength is the key to winning resources. Survival is key. A group passes their leader, giving Sumir a very friendly greeting. He leads them onward, while students whisper curious rumors about our main character, Joe. A private tour. We were herded. Does he have secret connections or something? The resident expert Wang Li speaks up. You guys are seriously out of luck. Top students get special orientation tours. It helps the elite settle in very quickly. It attracts more top-ranking students. So he's number 1. Tell us every single detail. Spill it. The white-haired girl listens, waiting for the expert's fascinating reply to them. That's Zhou Yi, level 13, Holy Knight. Everyone is totally shocked by his class. A Holy Knight. No way. A support class defeated a level 14 Berserker. Can support beat a Berserker? Why all the doubting chatter tonight, dear friends? Trust my expert reputation. One girl is already swooning over his handsome face. He's a total idol. Meanwhile, the white-haired girl quietly sizes Joe up now, our top-ranked freshman. Seeing his crush staring, Li Jang starts to fume with envy. Jealousy flares as he mocks Joe loudly. I bet that rank is just show. Joe turns around. Punishment night. Li Jang issues a challenge right then and there. You're too weak, duel me. Hey, keep your drama to yourself, please. Stop wasting time. The guide grumbles about only earning 1 credit for this tour. Why start trouble now? Li Jang promises this fight will be over very quickly. The guide fumes. These rankings come from great academies. They are never wrong. They don't make mistakes. Freshmen start buzzing, eager to see a flashy showdown today. Let's see how this unfolds. Is he really using our star as a stepping stone? Everyone wants his spot. Zhou Yi just crosses his arms with a cool expression. Unbothered, Joe asks why. Li Jang bets 100 credits. You lose nothing at all. Joe weighs his options. To keep things peaceful, I suppose I should handle this now. To set an example, I need impact. The price of entry must be steeper. Joe raises it to 300. Li Jang turns pale as students whisper frantically. I'm ranked 40th with 400 credits. Losing this would be a total disaster. A risky early semester fight. Is he just cannon fodder? Li Jang feels some regret now. Seeing his crush stare, jealousy takes over. 300 it is. Let's go. To the arena kneel in 3 moves or I'll accept defeat right here. They head to the arena where lovely Sumair acts as the official referee for them. 3-2-1 Li Jang charges. He thinks hidden classes are built for damage. Mine is for burst damage, his for support. If I strike fast, victory is mine. He glances at the white-haired girl. Soon she'll only see my amazing power. He swings a blood-chi slash Joe, effortlessly sidesteps and kicks him in the gut. Down he goes. Joe sighs. That was a letdown. He didn't survive one move. The guide checks him. Pardon me, ma'am, but we have a situation here. 5 broken ribs. Call a priest. Sumayer nods and begins processing the credit transfer. She returns the card. 300 credits, successfully transferred to your account. Congratulations. A massive wake-up call. Joe shattered that notorious blood-chi slash with a single kick. Is this the power of number 1? That strength stat gap must be massive. Suddenly, the white-haired girl stands up. She steps forward to challenge Joe herself. Whoa, she actually has a demon bloodline and legacy tier gear. Seeing such legendary equipment is a first for me. Time to see its power. Joe Yi used appraisal on her. Weapon Dark Moon, an ancient 3-star legacy sword. It requires a human swordsman while other effects remain a mystery. Joe Yi grinned. Ready. Let the games begin. Sensing she was a tough opponent, he stepped up. He summoned the Mystic Light War Halberd to face her. Triple S gold quality. Plus 18 Constitution and 24 Intelligence. It even boosts rank B light skills. Nice. Gotcha. Suddenly a crowd of upperclassmen flocked over to watch this exciting freshman show. Freshmen fighting already. It is like watching energetic little puppies. Li Dong, a level 29 marksman, was passing by. Spotting her, he stayed to watch. 3, 2, 1, go. And just like that, they both charged. Both fighters rushed forward instantly. The girl used Extreme Shadow Slash to move like a bolt of lightning. Joe Yi countered with Storm Halberd, strike slamming the earth. The shockwave sent his opponent flying backward. Their skills collided in a massive, earth-shaking explosion. Both were blown back by the sheer force of impact. She is a total powerhouse. She focused her energy using Demonic Chai Slash to coat her blade in darkness. A massive wave of dark energy surged toward Joe Yi. But did he flinch? No, not even a little bit. He cheered, awesome. Finally, a real rival. Watch out. An uppercut can send an enemy flying quite high. His enhanced double strike adds a second hit while rushing. Rending Wave Slash creates a powerful shockwave before him. The wave hits, repeatedly tossing the opponent into the sky. With Glacier Smash, he leaps and slams his weapon. It hits several times with a final blow that floors them. They traded blows like pros, showing incredible skills. Yet the match remained a total deadlock. The crowd stood frozen watching this intense spectacle unfold before them. The crowd's jaws dropped. Are these truly just freshmen? After a moment, Li Dong shared his expert thoughts. Unless she has a secret ace, she might lose soon. The guide felt skeptical. Really, they look even to me. They look quite evenly matched, Li Dong noted. That special stance is designed to soak up every single attack. Earlier, she only blocked one strike. Now she is forced to block every single heavy swing he takes. Heavy weapons drain stamina fast, so one must swing carefully. Joe Yi waits for the perfect opening to strike. Interestingly, he is not even trying to save his precious stamina. Is he just reckless or simply very confident? That heavy war mace has been stifling the swordsman from the start. Everyone watched as Joe Yi delivered a blow. A spectator shouted, "He is being so ruthless to a beauty. The real battle is starting right now." With a confident smile, Joe Yi activated his divine graces. He channeled courage, blessings, light, and holy protection. A radiant pillar of light erupted. This pressure is incredibly intense. Is this his true level? He aimed his spear. She lunged during his casting time, trying to close the gap. Using Phantom Shadow Slash, she aimed for a knockout. Joe Yi just smirked and said, "I knew you would try that move on me." While speaking, he swung his massive mace toward the girl. She braced for impact, but surprisingly nothing happened. Ready to stop? She opened her eyes to see Joe Yi casually leaning on his mace with a friendly smile. "I am done fighting now. Your skills are overwhelming. If we continue, the result will stay the same. You were definitely holding back." He knew she was hiding her dark powers and those legendary sword arts. She smiled brightly. "So you saw right through me, huh? I was just testing my limits today. I kept my trump card hidden. You held back too. I saw your video. Let's swap info and spar again." After they quickly exchanged their social media info, Sumayer showed him around, her heart full of cheerful anticipation. He earned 600 points and made the elites wary. This freshman year is going to be quite interesting. The new student dorm sat atop the scenic Little Mountain Peak. Regular student housing lined the lower slopes. However, the elite students lived at the very summit. These elite dorms were luxury villas, ranked by performance. "You will be living here now." Sumayer pointed toward the massive, elegant mansion standing before them. She swiped her access card and led the way inside. Suddenly, Sumayer remembered a very important detail. "You are looking for that extreme cold lotus, right? A squad saw one, but a high-level beast was there. That news is 6 years old. I cannot guarantee its truth." Zhou Yi spent days researching the mysterious Gale Mountain range. This range appeared when eternity merged with our world. This vast realm was overflowing with legendary treasures, rare herbs, and some very grumpy monsters. Not even the elite players would risk poking their noses into such a perilous place. For low-level Zhao Yi, a boss encounter meant instant sprinting. Luckily, his big exam victory turned the tide. The system gave him a legendary perk to dodge the Reaper. Time's ticking, let's gear up and head out. While Zhao Yi browsed for fresh skills on his screen, a sudden notification chimed in. Alert! You're the top-tier special student. Free rank A Holy Knight skills. Hello physical immunity. What a win. Talk about an easy mode. Let's snag those ranged powers too. Who doesn't love free legendary loot? Sadly, he still had to drop some points on a professional jungler kit. Loaded with gear, he dashed toward the Gale Mountains to find that vital frost lotus for his sister. As he combed the peaks, a huge boom rattled the earth. Curious, he followed the rising smoke. Over in town, Jiang Shiran finally friended Zhao Yi and sent a polite little "Hey there" text. Zhao Yi went silent after the mountains were mentioned. Feeling bored, Jiang Shiran called her friend for gossip. I met a total original. Yesterday, I tried my succubus charms, but he stayed completely unfazed. My magic didn't touch him. Her friend gasped. Gosh, his mental fortitude must be on another level. So naturally, she decided to trail her new favorite guy into the chilly mountains. Meanwhile, amidst the Gale peaks, Zhu Rao's squad with Wen Tian and Zuan battled a frantic demon swarm. Su Qingli stepped up as Zhu Rao planted mines. One step from the demons, and kaboom, pure fireworks. The leftover monsters charged the tank in a panic. Wen Tian quickly sparked her Grandice summoning magic. She raised a frosty wall to halt them. However, she missed a clever demon leaping through the branches. It's flanking the rear 9 o'clock. Zuan let loose a volley, turning the creature into confetti instantly. The gun kept roaring. This is it, Su Qingli carved through the remaining foes with expert grace. We won, Zhu Rao cheered, but Wen Tian went ghost white as she turned. The joy vanished instantly. She shoved Zhu and cast a frantic ice shield, but the incoming forest fire magic was just too powerful. The barrier crumbled instantly, sending their tank flying. Is everyone doing okay back there? Su Qingli rushed in, but Tian screamed a warning. Behind you, they turned eyes wide with sheer fright. A new wave of demons surged forward like angry spirits, eager to roast them into toast. Only 4 down and we're spent. Is this the finales? Just as hope faded, a literal miracle arrived. Zhao Yi burst forth on a stunning white wolf. With a holy storm, he trapped the demons in light. As he chanted, a giant holy sword fell from the sky. It struck the vortex, erasing every demon. Flames engulfed the area, but Zhao Yi patted his wolf. With one chilly breath, the wolf snuffed the fire. Zhao Yi walked up to the stunned ladies, who were staring as if they'd seen a ghost. He used gentle light to heal them. Holding her friend, Su Qingli smiled. Thanks, Zhao Yi, you remember me. You're the stars of the academy. Everyone knows you. Well, that makes being rescued feel extra awkward. She giggled, then turned serious. Zhao Yi, your light magic is great, but these monsters are no joke. Come back to base. I've searched for a month, but that frost lotus is hiding very well. The big tournament is in 3 days. I'll have to win that first, before searching here again. Zhao Yi agreed. Su Qingli signaled Zhuo Rao, who started a very rhythmic, magical little chant. Screaming steel spirit of speed assemble. A giant mechanical spider tank appeared right out of thin air. Zhao Yi and his wolf were floored. No time to chat. Get in, Zhuo Rao. Love the drama. Su Qingli sighed, what a show-off. On the way, they wondered if demons always lived in these mountains. Honestly, we've been here for 2 months, and this is the first time we've seen any demons. That's strange. Maybe they wandered out from the scariest, deepest parts of the mountain range, or maybe a rift opened. Precisely. We have to get back and warn the military right away. This news was pretty unsettling. Don't the military mages usually keep a close eye on this area? For context, these mountains are teeming with beasts, so the military is usually on super high alert. The military established a trading post where mages monitor the mountains. Hearing a curious question, Su Qingleon gave a polite little frown. They keep watch, she noted, but these monsters are just too weak. Our hero was left feeling even more confused. A level 30 silver demon. That doesn't sound low level at all. Sensing the bewilderment, Su Qingleon kindly explained the situation. The mages focus on the mountain's deepest, scariest reaches. They only track the big leagues, the epic and legendary grade monsters. These little fellows have such faint auras, they don't even trigger alarms. They're basically invisible. Still, Su Qing had some polite doubts. If this really is an interdimensional rift, why would they send such puny demons through first? The army would just wipe them out instantly. A portal for a level 30 beast could easily fit a level 50 powerhouse. This looks more like a total suicide mission than an invasion. Plus, it gives away the rift's location. Oh well, no use overthinking. Our main goal is getting this vital intel back to base safely. Suddenly, a pack of hungry demons shouted, "Food! Tasty food!" A sudden flash of light fell from the sky, causing a massive explosion nearby. Even more demons have appeared. Someone is trapped over there. Wait, I know that familiar aura, he thought. Chowingi spoke up quickly. You guys go on, I'll be right back. Before anyone could react, he dashed toward the rising smoke. That aura, it's unmistakable. What on earth is she doing out here? He wasn't the only one who saw the chaos. A nearby squad spotted the girl in trouble, but they hesitated to move. Those are level 20 silver demons. She's not going to make it. Should we help? The group fell into a grim, silent pause. Better not, one replied. We're already in over our heads. We must survive first. If she wins, she's a true genius, I guess. But deep down, they knew it was a tragedy. They watched the explosion with heavy hearts and worried eyes. Meanwhile, a wounded Kuang Nian was desperately fending off the swarm. Gritting her teeth, she realized the monsters were being quite clever. They know my power-up has a timer, she thought frantically. They aren't even attacking, they're just waiting for me to get tired. There were just too many demons scattered across the open plains. Even if she took out a few, the rest would just close in. Reaching the base was looking like an impossible dream. If her spirit energy runs out before she finds an opening, at that dark thought, her eyes grew cold and determined. Just as she prepared her final trump card, a bolt of lightning crashed down, vaporizing every single demon. Startled, she turned toward the hoofbeats. There he was riding a white horse like a true hero, mounted on his white wolf like a legend he calls to a dazed Sonyan. Kuang Sonyan, get back. The demon behind her lets out a massive roar. The deafening sound was simply too much for poor Kuang to bear. Sonyan immediately claps her hands over her ears to block out the overwhelming noise. Those vile demons activate their terrifying berserker skill, unleashing a domain of raging flames. Chowingi Run, Sonyan warns. That's their elite berserker skill. She worries, realizing the monster's power has grown exponentially. There is no way Chowingi can defeat such a strong opponent. If I self-destruct, there is a 90% chance I can save him. Suddenly, Chowingi sweeps in on his wolf, gently pulling Sonyan onto the saddle. Sonyan gasps his name in pure shock. A demon throws a punch, but the clever wolf dodges it effortlessly. Sitting securely, Chowingi points his hand and yells, "Judgment of light." In an instant, a massive torrent of lightning descends, obliterating everything. Chowingi smiles and says, "Mages have it easy. Wiping out monsters from a distance is actually quite fun." However, that flashy move just attracted every demon roaming the plains. They swarm the duo, forming a tight circle to trap them. 180 demons are scattered, making a quick clear impossible. Thinking fast, he places 2 fingers on her forehead. "Zhang Churan, you handle the demons on the left side. Just don't get too aggressive." Churan looks back, feeling doubtful. Without a word, he begins casting powerful buffs on her. Gradual heal and weapon blessing envelop her in a holy glow. Those are Legion-wide buffs. She quickly checks her personal status. Level 16 swordsman status dual, demon body activated. She checks her strength, speed, and stamina attributes in total awe. A 25% increase leaves her speechless as Chowingi charges forward. Before she can speak, he leaps off the wolf and rushes toward the nearest monsters. He slams his hammer down, causing a massive explosion. Churan also dismounts. She watches him, marveling at his truly incredible strength. A 25% boost is insane for a level 16 knight. Honestly, even a level 20 holy knight shouldn't be this powerful. Just then, a fresh pack of monsters closes in on Churan. The white wolf lunges forward, snapping its jaws at an attacker. Now is not the time to be distracted by his stats. Focus, she tells herself, her expression turning quite serious. She draws her weapon to fight while Chowingi moves like lightning. Every hammer swing annihilates several monsters at a single time. Suddenly, a sneaky monster slinks behind Zhou Yi, aiming right for his head. Just before the blow lands, a purple whip cracks through the air, shattering the beast's arm and weapon. Zhang Churan wields her shadow lash with grace, gathering dark energy to strike with a heavy mystical force. Oh, my carrying this holy light around really makes me a magnet for demons, doesn't it? With so many guests here, I can finally show off my favorite skill. Zhou Yi politely thinks. A glowing barrier wraps around Zhang Churan and the wolf. Miss Zhang, please stay comfy inside the circle. This B+ rank skill grants total immunity. Then Zhou Yi shouts, "Cross of Holy Light!" A massive monument appears, raining down constant light and fire damage on every monster nearby. This level 7 skill spans 200 meters. The giant cross bursts with a spectacular golden glow. Golden flames roar to life a second later, engulfing the screaming monsters in a divine blaze. Jiang Churan can only stare her eyes wide at the magnificent sparkling sight before her. As the light fades, only the toughest foes remain. Let the shadows vanish before the divine warmth. A convergence of light storms descent. A holy whirlwind forms, dealing steady magic damage to those trapped inside. As Zhou Yi finishes his polite chant, enormous spears of holy light manifest in the heavens above. These spears rain down trapping monsters in a glowing ring before a vortex shreds them to bits. Nearby, a group of players watches in total shock. Is that guy even human? That's just wild. Their leader scratches his chin. I am level 26 and you are level 24, but honestly, we wouldn't stand a chance 6 against 1. How is someone so young, this terrifyingly talented? The leader decides they absolutely must become friends with this polite powerhouse of a man. Before they can move, a giant mech races in carrying Judan and the rest of the gang. Zuan waves a friendly hand. Hey, Junior Zhao, we're here. Then they see the battlefield and freeze. Zhou Yi smiles and politely sips a recovery potion as his system notifications start ringing out. Congratulations. You reached level 17. Now level 18. You have earned 30 free attribute points total. Our brave Zhou Yi is finally level 18 with 1,300 experience and great strength and stamina. With high intelligence, he counts 180 fallen demons. 60,000 experience. Sadly, class limits apply. He could have gained even more. He sighs softly while looking at his empty potion bottle. My mana is growing, but these skills are pricey. I'll ask teacher for advice at the academy. I'm sure she has a clever fix. Judan's group finally snaps out of it and hurries over. Su Qing asks, Zhou Yi, did you do all this alone? Zudan adds, you're even stronger. Before he can reply, poor Jiang Churan collapses. Oh no, what happened to her? The girls gasp. She likely overexerted herself into a weakened state, Zhou explains. Su Qing keeps staring at him, curious. She asks, were any of these demons actually a challenge? Zhou thinks politely before answering her question. The strongest was a level 23 gold rank. Not too difficult. Is something the matter? Demon armies follow commanders just like ours. Those leaders usually command the main force. Since no leader is here, the main army is close. Let's head back to base. Zhou agrees. Nearby, hidden scouts watch them leave. Boss, should we follow them out now? One asks his leader. The captain hesitates, but suddenly an invisible force crushes them with absolute soul-chilling terror. Boss, what's happening? The leader turns pale and yells, that energy, it's a high-level demon. The sky turns blood red as a massive barrier traps them. Then a legendary dragon soars through. A terrifying humanoid sits upon the beast, radiating an overwhelming and truly sinister demonic aura. Zhou uses his appraisal skill level 30, legendary grade demon monster. Most of its skills remain unknown. Next is a level 24 fire dragon. It's a gold grade with a blazing flame bombardment ability. At the military base, monitors flash. Emergency otherworldly energy has exceeded all safety limits. Data analysis is complete. A level 4 invasion is confirmed. The location is locked in. East of raging winds. Longitude 111. Latitude 15.3. Code red. Move out. Attention, please. A level 4 invasion is officially here. Legion members kindly assemble and prepare for action. Friendly reminder, the level 4 event has started. Snow Dragon Warriors, it's time to show your teamwork. Kindly finish your drills and head to the Square Priest Squad. We're counting on your wonderful magic. Ensure your mana is topped up. Everyone logistics team, please begin passing out those helpful power crystals. Mages, please calibrate the coordinates. Let's build a lovely teleportation array right at the designated spot now. Soon the legions sparkled in golden circles, all set for their next big, cheerful leveling adventure. A polite soldier gave a quick salute. Reporting for duty, Commander. Everyone is ready to start. Commander Shu drew his blade with a shout. Will be the sword that politely clears every hurdle. And the reliable shield for our home. The soldiers cheered, ready to keep their world safe. With a smile, he ordered the march. Meanwhile, the demon boss was relaxing comfortably on his throne. He proudly praised his elite squad. After 6 months here, we've only lost 10 teammates. Not bad. However, right as we planned our exit party, over 100 soldiers were suddenly sent packing. We're heading back soon, so let's make a grand exit. The demons roared with polite excitement. Thanks for the blessing, boss. The leader growled while riding his very grumpy fire-breathing dragon. I won't be easy on you. Prepare for a spicy time, he summoned his rather spooky squad. He popped a skill to summon silver-grade demons. Even a fancy gold-grade demon joined the fun. Su Qing used her appraisal skill. A legendary demon. That's definitely not a gift I wanted today. She stood bravely before Joy. Don't worry, Joy. Our Blue Phoenix squad will keep you safe. If there's a gap, please run away. You really must stay safe and keep living. Joy. They knew Zhao Yi was a rare, polite genius. He was worth protecting with everything they had. Suddenly, a giant golden light filled the sky. Look, the famous Snow Dragon Legion is here. They're all level 30 experts, led by a level 51. But Joy felt something was strange. If they're helping, why did they miss us? Joy didn't have to wait long for an explanation. The demon commander let out a naughty chuckle, boasting that his magic circle blocked the rescue army. Su Qinglian looked up. Massive legions were standing right atop those beautiful giant golden magic formations. A grumpy red barrier was keeping everyone out. Outside, Shu Yu wondered if they had wrong coordinates. Wang Liang poked the barrier. He frowned politely and gave a rather serious progress report to Shu. It's a cursed flame wall. We can't teleport while this stubborn barrier is being so rude. Breaking this needs 2 more legions, or we'll just wait patiently for it to disappear soon. Shu Yu asked how long it would take. 5 minutes, Wang Liang replied with a sigh. Shu Yu sighed and prepared for duty, ordering everyone's details to be recorded for the log. He'd notify families later. Meanwhile, Joy's system popped up with a cheerful new leveling quest alert. A legendary demon appeared. Quest accepted. Defeat the boss. There's no penalty for trying your best. The prize NS plus blessing. Joy smiled, happy to find such a lucky new achievement mission. A warm golden light sparkled as Joy stepped forward. Su Qinglian quickly grabbed his arm tightly. The demon commander squinted at our hero. He could feel a very thick, polite, holy aura. He promised to give Joy a hard time charging forward on his very grumpy fire dragon. Joy readied his weapon with a smile as the dragon breathed fire directly at our hero. Su Qinglian gasped, but Joy stayed calm and swung his axe, launching a beautiful golden arc. Both attacks bumped midair. Joy's strike sliced right through the dragon's fire spell with total ease. It trimmed a wing, grounding the beast. The demon commander went tumbling down right along too. A giant crash echoed. The dragon was finished, but the demon commander was still standing surprisingly. Seizing his chance, Joy appeared behind the demon and swung his weapon cheerfully. The demon only tapped Joy's armor. Suddenly, a bright golden flash left the demon commander blinded. Joy's weapon was closing in. The demon raised his blade to block the hero's polite strike. Joy springs back with flair, admiring the giant crater his axe left behind. Inside, he is totally panicking, thinking, wait, what's going on? This kid is only level 18? Where is this insane strength coming from? Joy takes a polite breather, leaning on his weapon with a grin. Impressive. You actually survived that hit. Fun fact, you are actually the very first legendary boss I have ever encountered. You annoying brat, the commander bellows, lunging with a very rude stab. Zhao Yi calmly readies his trusty axe once more. He leaps high, sidestepping the blade while landing a massive cross slash. That brilliant white strike hits home, leaving the demon totally dazed. Joy raises a hand, shouting, Light's judgment. The stun effect vanishes instantly. Just before the bolt hits, the commander recovers, yelling, Flame Demon's shield, Saibu. Seeing the block, Joy hums. Guess one hit was not enough today. Simple swings will not stop a legendary demon this beefy. It is time to unleash that special reward the system gave him after finals. Meanwhile, our grumpy boss barks at his minions. Listen up, my adorable warriors. Go crush him. The demons roar, charging at Zhao Yi. But our hero does not look worried at all. A sacred glow wraps around him as he floats up, shining with golden mana. Everyone watches, totally mesmerized by the sight. Joy lifts his hands, a portal swirls open, and a massive hand appears. Is something huge coming down? As the commander wonders, the field is suddenly flooded in blinding gold light. That titanic hand comes crashing down from the heavens. The shockwave shatters the very earth below. Watching in pure awe, Su Cheng whispers, Can this really be Zhao Yi's skill? Nearby, Jiang Shiran feels her bloodline trembling from the pressure. Beyond the wall, CU notes the power rivals a massive cannon. Her a Yahadia. Who is trapped in there? Wang Lang answers, Those are the top students from our university. The star is our #1 holy knight, Zhao Yi. CU sighs. The top student shame about that massive level gap. If our hero had more time to level up, that move would have finished him. Slowly, the dust starts to clear. The commander still stands now wrapped in a dark, scary aura. He bellows, How dare you pull a stunt like that? My pride is ruined. Flame Legion charge. Flame curse units start raining down those spells. Demons swarm from every corner, but the commander just sneers. He is only level 18. He laughs. The healer nods. Correct. After that big move, his mana must be bone dry. Without energy, our army will simply crush him with numbers. Feeling smug, the commander glares at Zhao Yi. But in the middle of the chaos, Joy stays totally relaxed. No mana and my gear is on cooldown, he muses. Time to go solo. Suddenly, a legendary skill window pops up. Rank Holy God Art, the secret move of the elite knights. This ultimate skill costs 0 mana and ignores all silence debuffs. Once active, you basically channel the God of Light's own power. Your stats explode based on what your body can handle. Every light skill gets a 5-level boost, and your health, energy, and healing speed zoom up 20 times faster. It is incredibly powerful for a moment, though he will be totally wiped out afterward. A second later, a massive pillar of light crashes down, guarding Joy. Wait, what on earth is happening now? The boss looks up confused to see Joy with a 6-winged goddess. Golden feathers fall like snow, turning demons into smoke. Shu gasps as he touches a feather. It is the God Descent, Wang Lang. The vice captain tilts his head. Hey Cap, what is this God Descent thing? It is the peak skill for high-level holy classes. He explains. It lets them channel a god's full power. I saw a priest once heal an entire army instantly with it. That skill helped us survive 3 whole legions while waiting for help. A god's power is truly infinite. Honestly, Joey could probably solo this entire field now. Down below, the demon commander's eyes nearly pop out. No way, that is a legendary secret art. How can a level 18 newbie handle a god's strength? The mage behind him whispers a frantic warning. Sir, only another divine power can stop this ritual now. If he finishes, our army is toast. It is a total game changer. Suddenly, the hunter has become the prey. How long for the portal? 1 minute, the mage yells. I see. It is time for you to show me some loyalty. Yes, sir. The mage roars. Demons, listen up. Offer your souls to the Lord. He vanishes into smoke first. Oh, great Lord Lama, I Roskin offer you my being. Take my soul for your glory. Just like that, hundreds of demons follow, letting their dark lord devour their very souls. The shadowy energy around the boss grows terrifying. The goddess looks down with a soft sigh. What pathetic, ugly little things. Brave knight, I grant you my divine light. Do your best. She guides Joe's hand as his eyes begin to glow. A massive beam of pure light explodes from his palm, flying straight for the boss who was busy eating souls. Boom dust clouds swirled everywhere as the ground trembled from a massive explosion. But as the haze cleared, everyone saw the demon lord struggling back to his feet. He even started charging up a truly humongous fireball. This blazing orb was actually his most powerful innate talent, his ultimate secret weapon. It compressed the very essence of fire to the absolute limit, reaching a scorching heat of 15 million degrees Celsius. That's a lot of spicy energy. If my clansmen hadn't sacrificed themselves, I could never use this. The demon lord growled. Perish, holy knight. He launched the sunlight blast at Zhao Yi, expecting total victory. As the smoke vanished, Zhao Yi was just standing there without a single scratch. Right then, the demon lord realized they weren't even in the same league. Terrified, he immediately turned tail and bolted toward the escape portal. Of course, our hero wasn't about to let his prey slip away so easily. In the name of the heavens, I sentence you to your end. Zhao Yi flicked his wrist, and a divine light vaporized the demon lord instantly. I must return. My mission is complete in all my glory. Back in the spirit realm, the demon lord babbled nonsense before finally fading away into nothingness. Seeing their leader gone, the remaining monsters panicked like a bunch of headless snakes. What now? The boss is toast, and our return portal is totally wrecked. How will we ever get back? Meanwhile, the battle was finally over. Zhao Yi sighed with relief before his strength vanished and his consciousness slowly faded away. His body went into a freefall, making the Qing Luan squad rush over in a panic. The Snow Dragon vice captain immediately started barking out orders to the team. Healer, get over here and check his condition right now. Squads 1 and 2, search the mountains for any other survivors. Move it, people. The rest of you follow me. Much later, Zhao Yi felt a heavy pressure. It felt like a giant weight was pinned on his chest, stopping his breath. Is this sleep paralysis? Am I dying? With a start, Zhao Yi's eyes flew open. He was just in a hospital bed, being squished by a 110-pound shadow. Just then, Zhang Sharon rubbed her sleepy eyes and beamed. Zhao Yi, you're finally awake. I was so worried about you. You've been out for 2 whole days. I'll go tell the others. Oh, and one more thing. She gave him a sweet peck and scurried away shyly. Thanks for saving me. What a handful, and Zhao Yi thought with a helpless, polite smile. Suddenly the system appeared. Daily quest 200 push-ups not finished. 200 squats not finished. 200 sit-ups also not finished. I slept for 2 days and missed out on my daily gains. This is a disaster. Hopefully, the achievement loot makes up for it. He checked the mission tab. Slaying the demon lord. Completed, the corresponding rewards have been sent to your inventory. Congrats, you've unlocked the S+ rank innate ability Death Resistance. This passive skill lets your body defy death and mend itself at lightning speed. Congratulations, you've also received a rare S-rank magic potion, the Elixir of Fortune. It's time to test out your luck. Drinking this boosts your luck for 12 hours. Truly, a life-saving recovery talent. Every class has a talent like this, but the power levels vary wildly. Since this is an S+ rank ability, it must be something truly legendary. I can't wait to see it in action. Thinking this, Zhao Yi summoned a blade and gave his chest a quick poke. He withdrew it and waited. Seeing the wound vanish instantly, he was truly amazed. Healed in 2 seconds flat. Not bad at all. Now, normal damage won't even slow me down. My survivability just took a massive leap forward. But what about a real injury? With that, Zhao Yi summoned a massive axe. Then he thought better of it. No need to be that reckless today. Stowing the axe, he checked his next reward, the luck potion. The Felicity potion boosts luck. But just how much of a boost are we talking about? Would legendary gear just start appearing on the sidewalk? Maybe I'll help a grandma cross the street and she'll turn out to be a master adventurer. Or I might find a god-tier item at a random roadside stall, one potion, endless possibilities. I'll save this for a rainy day. Just as he was closing the menu, a new notification caught his eye. Rank: a sacred flame aura. A new skill already. It wraps the user in holy fire, granting power to control the element with ease. It buffs fire and light damage for allies by 20%. It lasts quite a while. Sacred Flame Aura. Is this a divine codex skill? He remembered his epic clash against the fearsome demon lord. Back then it was S+ rank Divine Angel's Protection. Pure holy power. Your light attribute is boosted, making all holy skills hit much harder. This A-rank Sacred Flame Aura surrounds the user, allowing for total fire control. It's like being a living sun. It increases fire and light damage for nearby friends by 20%. The effect stays active for a set amount of time during combat. Since the aura is light-based, the Angel's Protection will definitely buff it. With both active My Light and fire skills, get a 40% boost. If I use Punishment of Light while the Flame Aura is active, wouldn't I basically become a dual-element lightning and fire wizard? How cool. While his mind raced with possibilities, a knock at the door brought him back. A young man he'd never met was there to see him. Once seated, the visitor introduced himself with a friendly smile. I'm Wang Liang, Vice Captain of the Snow Dragon Corps and a fellow mage. Student Zhao Yi, thanks to you, we stopped those beasts just in time. We even captured demon prisoners. Zhao Yi just gave a modest reply. You're too kind, sir. I was just happy to help. Is there something you needed to discuss with me? Our captain wanted to thank you personally, but he's tied up. Even though your attack leveled the valley, the demon's traces remained intact. The Corps found their secret, and the captain is reporting to the bosses right now. It's quite the discovery, and so, with that, he produced a glowing orb. Once activated, the room shifted into a virtual vault, showcasing amazing loot before his very eyes. These are the riches our Corps has gathered over many centuries. Don't be shy, pick whatever you like, he said with a friendly grin. Zhao Yi's jaw dropped in sheer delight. High-tier S-rank treasures were everywhere. After a quick browse, he finally asked the big question. Vice Captain Wang, is there an S-rank Ice Lotus in stock? Hang on, let me pull up the inventory logs. Wang pointed at the screen. Is this the one? Spot on. Zhao Yi cheered. Great, consider the request handled. Wang looked cool, but his wallet was crying. 100 million points. That's literally my entire 3-year salary. I'll definitely need the captain's help for this cost. The Lotus is stored away, so give us a few days. If you're restless, I can set up a fun beast hunt, Wang offered, but secretly a mischievous smirk crossed his face. I'll have our juniors tag along with him. It's the perfect chance to slay monsters and build friendships. Once Zhao Yi becomes a legendary powerhouse, our squad will share the glory. My plan is simply genius. Dirch, as Wang basked in his cleverness, Zhao Yi's response chilled the mood. Actually, my classes start tomorrow morning. Just ship the Lotus to my dormitory, please. Oh man, I forgot he's still a student. Wang Liang sighed. Fine then. We'll send it to Suhong University room 101. In the future, if you hit a snag, reach out to our team. Zhao Yi sighed in relief, a warm smile blooming. Xiao Yun's future is secured. I guess I should thank that scary monster. Without that chaotic mess, I never would have snagged this Lotus from their vault. He glanced at the clock. Midnight already, questing time. Over at the Qingluan base, Captain Su finished her shower and found her team eagerly waiting. Captain, let's recruit Zhao Yi. Thoughts? Su shrugged. I doubt a powerhouse like him would join. He clears dungeons solo. It's truly wild. Her teammate laughed. We won't know if we don't try. Besides Captain, we know you want him around too, right? Another joked, yeah, we saw your secret visits. Sue kept quiet, remembering their last encounter. She had asked him to join, but he had kindly declined. Though slightly disappointed, she didn't push. But before leaving, she had a parting gift. As a thank you for saving everyone, she kissed his cheek and skipped away with a glowing smile. Xiao Yi still felt his face heat up from the memory. It was surprisingly bold, leaving him quite embarrassed. What a thank you, girls are bold now. Meanwhile, Commander Shu briefed his superiors. Regarding the recent demonic activity, unlike before, monsters are swarming all across Gale Mountain. Findings suggest demons use mid-sized spatial rifts now. Are you certain? Do you understand the gravity of this? Shu nodded respectfully. Before, beasts only used massive world portals. They were mostly restricted to invading our realm. Since those giant rifts are rare, the threat was manageable, but tiny cracks are popping up everywhere. If they pour through those, humanity faces an absolute game over. That's why we double-checked every single detail. On the bright side, only weaker monsters under level 30 can squeeze through them. Hearing this, the leader finally gave his formal orders. We must develop a clever counterplan immediately. We need a strategy for this minor hiccup. Counselor Yang notify every military branch. Have them monitor every mid-sized rift in their jurisdictions. Counselor Zhang update the International Assembly on these developments. Suddenly, President Wang Wei of Suhong University spoke up. Commander, did an 18-year-old truly discover this intel? Indeed. Shu flashed Zhou Yi's picture on the monitor. Meet Zhou Yi, a talented new holy knight. He's the top-ranked student in Suhong province. Our star freshman used divine powers to obliterate those demons. He even destroyed their secret transport portal alone. His bravery gave us a massive lead, a holy knight taking the top spot. How unique. A Zhou from Suhang, a legendary descendant. The official smiled at Wang Wei. Counselor, when you get back to campus, keep tabs on Zhou Yi. Let us know if he's a winner. And don't even think about keeping him to yourself, someone joked. Shu silently rooted for the boy. With their favor, his potential is boundless. 2 days later, the freshman tournament began. A cheerful drone hovered over the campus with a loud announcement. Students, the grand tournament starts at 10 a.m. All competitors, please gather at the main field. As the time neared, the dean stepped forward. Respected department heads joined him. Weapon masters listened as he started his speech. I'm Dean Wang. Welcome to our university. This year's freshman brawl has 2 exciting stages. Step 1 begins with a dungeon trial based on your chosen difficulty. Speed is the name of the game. Afterward, the free-for-all challenge awaits. Everyone gets 3 golden tickets to duel higher-ranked rivals. If you win, you'll swap places. How polite of them to share ranks. As Wang spoke, Su Mayer couldn't stop fidgeting. Where on earth are main character Zhou Yi and Zhang Shiran? If they don't show up soon, they're disqualified. I really shouldn't have hyped up that Frost Lotus before checking the news. Oh dear, we are in such a pickle. Su wasn't the only one missing Zhou Yi. The other students noticed his empty spot too, whispering, Hey, has anyone seen our star player lately? He's nowhere in sight. Did he actually forget about the big day? Honestly, that sounds exactly like something he would do. He's been missing for a whole month. That's actually fantastic for us. One less heavy hitter for us to worry about today. Shen Lingfeng flashed a cheeky smirk. Zhou Yi, you weren't even training on campus. Did you waste a month just to chicken out at the end? You're throwing away a once-in-a-lifetime chance. How silly and truly disappointing. What a waste of potential. Now let the first phase, our dungeon trial, officially commence. The gates to the Silver Secret Realm are wide open. As Nong finished, the portal swung open, bursting with fierce dark flames. This year's freshmen are reportedly the strongest in Academy history. To really test these talented youngsters, we've added more than just easy and nightmare modes. We're pushing them to their absolute limits. Behold, the terrifying abyss difficulty. The students could hardly contain their joy. No way did they really unlock the abyss, and that explains the wild flames. This is absolutely marvelous. I heard abyss mode is 10 times tougher than nightmare difficulty. This will be a hoot. Just watch me crush this abyss run. Everyone started scurrying around, grabbing potions and checking gear for the challenge. Let's get started. As Gong gave the signal, the quest details popped up for everyone to see. Realm location, Furbong Lair. Requirement levels 12 to 19. Difficulties, easy, hard, nightmare, and even the legendary abyss. Party, size 1 to 6. Warning. Grumpy furbongs inhabit this woods. Rumor has it a human doesn't even count as a snack to them. In a flash, the freshmen were warped into the realm. Gong smiled as brave teams selected nightmare or abyss difficulty. Splendid. Quite impressive indeed. These youngsters are just so full of energy and ready to level up their lives. Suddenly, Gong spotted a tiny issue. Wait, where are students 01 and 003? Sora replied with a polite stutter. Headmaster 01 and 3 went to Windstrike Mountain and aren't back. Gong yelled, this competition decides their entire future path. Not to mention their resources. How could they be tardy? Being young and highly ranked makes one quite overconfident, doesn't it? Our main character, Zhou Yi, is a bit different, though. He's late because Samir tried to explain, but she was quickly interrupted. Gomong shushed her. He wants to fix their behavior. No show means no trophy. Mark them down for dead last place. Suddenly, Zhou Yi crashed the party heroically carrying Zhang Shiran. Sorry we're late. They immediately dove into the scary abyss difficulty. The system instantly whisked them into the secret realm. Welcome to the Furbong Lair leveling system. Please enjoy your stay. Abyss difficulty engaged. Warning, these monsters are incredibly frenzied. Please keep your escape scrolls handy just in case things get messy. I hope this provides a challenge, Zhou Yi said politely, buffing himself. He activated Gift of Courage Gods and the Guardian's Gift. He unsheathed his blade ready for a friendly little skirmish, monster Furbong warrior, level 17 silver quality with very energetic attacks. Look another level. 18, silver Furbong with aura of resilience. Zhou Yi calmly checked the stats of the charging monsters. I hope you guys can handle my enthusiasm. Excitedly, he leaped into the air and swung his axe with delightful force. Nearby, Zhang Qiran unleashed her Phantom Flash Army Breaker. She sent out waves of elegant, razor-sharp sword energy at the foes. Her graceful strikes sliced right through the enemy's sturdy armor effortlessly. Meanwhile, Shen Lingfeng gathered his embers to launch a mighty flame fist. This fiery punch is just perfect for handling single beasties. Another student tried the C-rank Tornado Soul Thrust. He spun around and kicked a monster, leaving it rather dazed and confused. But 16 Furbongs at once is a tad overwhelming. The judges monitored everyone's progress on the big magical screens. This year's freshman batch is quite talented. The Furbong instance is notoriously the most difficult secret realm in the academy. Normally, freshmen get bopped before they even blink. They would be booted from the competition in a heartbeat. However, this group is holding their own wonderfully. Just then, Mong requested the team to pull up a specific screen. I must see how much he leveled up during his trip. The monitor immediately displayed Zhou Yi's battle feed. He was shrouded in smoke when a system alert popped up. System, congrats on clearing Wave 1. 16 Furbongs wiped out in 5 seconds. Headmaster Ju was flabbergasted. The Elemental Academy leader cried out in absolute disbelief. 5 seconds to finish the whole wave. How did his support ability cause such a lovely massive explosion? Sacred Flame Halo. The weaponry headmaster wondered aloud. Unless Zhou Yi's intelligence stat is simply out of this world. Golang was stunned. He'd never seen such raw talent. Still, he kept a cool head analyzing the boy's every move. High damage usually comes from high intelligence, rare buffs, or legendary loot. But this felt like something totally different. One skirmish just isn't enough to judge. Even with my experience, that mysterious light wheel is a total enigma. Just how powerful is he? Young Joy is working overtime and looks promising. Little did he know the judges were already buzzing. Remaining laser-focused, he whispered, "Punishment of light." Boom. Thousands of holy lightning bolts rained down from the heavens. The monsters were toast. Suddenly a quest window popped up. Congrats, you cleared stage 2 by defeating 200 Fobongs. Time 1 minute and 23 seconds. Keeping the momentum, Joy's Spear of Victory cleared stage 3 in just 3 minutes and 29 seconds. Abyss level cleared. Final time 4 minutes and 57 seconds. Triple S rank. A new record holder is in the house. Your reward. AB plus skill book. The Penance. Hammer. Plus 13,000 experience points. 25 attribute points awarded. This Penance Hammer is no joke. It swings with holy fury to crush any foe in its path. For being the first to clear this, you've unlocked a talent achievement. Pick one of 3 unique perks. First up, Focus Aura. This A- rank skill boosts reaction speed by 30% and stops skill interruptions. Next, Swift Action. Movement speed jumps 50% during combat. Or choose Steadfast Protection, which lets you use shields as weapons with a block bonus. Joy was floored. A new talent just for a dungeon clear. A pro hero's true power really does lie in their natural gifts. My S+ talent made me a holy knight, but this rare bonus must be a perk for silver grade dungeons or higher. Honestly, I have smashed bronze records before, but I never saw a prize this sweet. Getting to pick from 3 options is a fantastic touch. At least I won't end up with a totally useless ability. Joy paused, weighing his options. Protection is for tanks, and Swift Action is okay, but Focus Aura seems like the winner. Real combat is all about counterattack speed. Tougher foes demand even faster reactions. When things get messy, reaction time is king. Focus aura prevents skill, cancels, which is an absolute game changer for me. Suddenly a creepy portal, dripping with shadow energy, appeared. A notification blinked. Abyss level done. Ready for more. Should I use the side gate card? This portal feels ominous, but maybe it'll add a little spice to my day. Full of excitement, Joy stepped bravely into the darkness. Meanwhile, back outside the dungeon, Zhao Yi's latest stunt left the judges speechless. The experts were raving about his fierce style, perfect control, and brilliant adaptability. Opening that abyss difficulty was a genius move. Zhao Yi is such an all-rounder, mastering everything from spells to heavy hits. Even his street fighting skills are top-notch. However, some worried his Holy Knight skills might be spread too thin. Leveling everything costs a fortune. He might end up a jack-of-all-trades, Zhong Ling worried, as Dean Wang nodded politely. That's a fair point. I'll have a polite chat with him once this tournament wraps up. Hearing that Sei and Zhu Huang chimed in, he hasn't even picked a school. Shouldn't his future dean give the advice? Exactly. No plans until our star student chooses. Zhao Yi's an elemental pro, so he definitely belongs in our academy. The recruitment war officially begins. Everyone watched as the headmaster laughed. The boy is quite the crowd pleaser. I'm just sad I arrived late and missed the show. Wang Hui smiled. Now back to Zhao Yi. Stepping through the gate, he found a scene straight out of a horror movie. Facing a mountain of bones, he wondered, is this some creepy ritual site? He spotted a skeleton lounging on a bone throne and answered his own question. If there's a god of light, a dark one must exist. But evil god isn't just dark, it's for the truly chaotic deities. There's a huge difference. Light and dark gods simply ask for your loyalty and a little faith. But an evil god, they want your life and soul. Remember that bloody abyss disaster caused by a level 3 cultist. That guy tried to sacrifice a whole city. Millions perished in one night, and he jumped from level 54 to 89. The authorities finally took him out, but the damage was done. Millions of souls were lost to the abyss forever. Since then, the kingdom has strictly banned evil god worship. If you're caught, it's execution on the spot. Still, some desperate souls risk it all for that forbidden power. And it's not just humans who fall for the madness. Even elves and angels can be corrupted. Lost in thought, Zhao Yi accidentally stepped onto a glowing red magic circle. Purple smoke swirled as a level 19 Spectre Furbong jerked awake. Talk about a spooky evolution. Born from a dark ritual, it hissed. Fresh blood at last. You humans smell absolutely delicious. Too bad I'm immortal and immune to physical attacks. Honestly, most players would probably pass out seeing a boss like this. Zuyi casually rested his heavy axe, offering the boss a playful, witty grin. Looking sharp, come and get me, he teased, igniting his signature Holy Light Tempest. A dazzling vortex of pure golden energy swirled exactly where he pointed his finger. It was a polite little opening. Move, dealing light magic damage to every enemy nearby. Oh my, how terribly old-fashioned. Oh, he chuckled. The boss barely finished its threat before being vaporized by the storm, yet suddenly the creature reformed perfectly, looking completely unharmed and even offering a bit of praise. Mortal, I'll admit your holy light is impressive, the beast growled with pride. But against the eternal power granted by the great Lord Xia, your efforts are useless. Noticing Zhu Yi's golden aura growing even brighter, the boss made a confident guess. Such intense light, it seems you are finally preparing your big ultimate move. It won't matter. Everything you do is just a charming yet pointless little struggle. Once you burn through that power, how much will you even have left to fight? My next rebirth will be your final moment. Wait, what is that face for? Zhu Yi just gave a polite smirk and raised his hand toward the monster. A massive sun-like orb blasted forward, making the boss howl. As it melted, it shouted, I already warned you, human. You cannot kill what is truly immortal. What a silly thing to say, Zhu Yi whispered gently. He stood his ground, unleashing a relentless barrage of light orbs until the monster stayed gone. Congratulations. You've cleared the dungeon in exactly 1 minute and 12 seconds. Rewards issued. Congratulations, you have earned 7,113 experience points. Level up. Congratulations, you have successfully reached level 19. Rare drop alert. You have received the legendary golden grade Great Bear Horn. So that infinite revival trick was a total bluff. Draining its power source was the key. Before stepping out of the secret realm, Zhu Yi paused for a thoughtful look. When I first arrived, I sensed a faint chaotic energy lingering in the air. It wasn't standard elemental magic, but it felt oddly similar to my own holy arts. I figured it was just the leftover essence of some ancient, grumpy, evil god. And when that specter bear popped back to life the first time, A tiny bit of that dark power vanished, proving its revivals had a limit. The secret was simple. Just keep smashing the bear until its energy ran out. I just had to force it to use up every drop of that borrowed power. While our cheerful hero was already finishing his mission, the other students were still struggling through the intense heat of the exam. Besides those who were defeated, a few talented students did manage to win. Shenling Fang panted, "This side stage is definitely the hardest part of the dungeon. I had to take that bear down 10 times before it finally stayed dead. Good thing I reached a higher level recently," she thought, wiping her brow. "Otherwise, I never would have cleared this in under 8 minutes. Feeling a surge of pride, she quickly headed for the exit. Hand of God. Zhu Yi can use an S-rank skill. Dean Wucken beamed with pure, delighted surprise. As the young man emerged, the other teachers couldn't help but start whispering. He probably just stumbled into some lucky shortcut or a hidden glitch. Oh, please, I'd like to see any other freshman find a shortcut like that. Fair point. Our new Holy Knight certainly has some fascinating secrets, doesn't he? An S-rank skill is beyond what a student from the slums should know. Could it really be? Before the teacher finished, the dean's sharp cough forced a stunned silence. Why would the dean protect a common student? Suddenly, Sui stared at Zhou Yi and gasped, "Look at his level 19. No way, the crowd erupted into shocked whispers. During the last exam, Zhou Yi was only level 13. Even an abyss-tier dungeon shouldn't boost someone 6 whole levels. This guy's a total beast. I know what happened." Wang Hai stepped up to explain. After checking in, Zhou Yi went out to hunt some monsters. He trekked the mountains, reaching level 18 before entering this dungeon. He actually wiped out the Flame Demon Legion solo. For him, this freshman tournament is a total breeze. If not for the school's resource rewards, he probably wouldn't have even shown up. Shen Lingfang stepped out and froze. "Why is Zhou Yi already here? Did he finish before me? No way, he likely failed the side challenge and quit early. Bearing the pride of the 8 great families, I won't lose to some poor kid from the north." Shen retracted his skills, returning to his casual appearance. He threw a bitter glare at Zhou Yi and marched past. Zhou Yi was baffled. Why the sudden attitude? Did he fail? Suddenly a scream pierced the air. Zhou Yi saw Jiang Charan falling from the portal. "Watch out below!" Zhou Yi dashed forward and caught her. "I knew you'd be fastest." She hugged him quite naturally. "Brother," Zhou Yi looked confused. "You're older, so calling you brother is only polite." "That's fine." Zhou Yi politely agreed. Suddenly other students began tumbling from the portal. Sadly, no handsome heroes were there to catch them. The dungeon clearly gave them a rough time. They began crying and begging for medical help. "Healers, move out now." Sumani rushed to treat a badly injured student. An hour later, everyone was finally safe. Wang closed the portal, announcing that Phase 1 was over. "Rankings are coming. Honestly, I was done with waiting." Shen's smug grin evaporated instantly. First place Zhou Yi, 4 minutes and 57 seconds. Side stage 1 minute and 12 seconds. Second place, Shen Lingfang, 13 minutes and 35 seconds. The side stage results are in 7 minutes and 42 seconds. For third place, Jiang Charan. Fourth is Song Shan, with Qinfang rounding out the top 5. Wait, he conquered the Abyss dungeon before me, and 15 minutes faster too. That is just an impossible pill to swallow. Poor Shenlong looked ready to pop a fuse as he scrambled up a dragon pillar, muttering, "Zhao Yi, you stole my exam score and my freshman title." Despite the odds, Shen Lingfang threw a fiery glare toward Zhou Yi as Phase 2 loomed closer. She was definitely not letting this go. "I'm winning next time," she shouted while our main character Zhou Yi stood there completely clueless. Why is that guy climbing so high anyway? Listen up, everyone. The Phase 2 free-for-all challenge is officially ready. With a simple clap from Wang, several arenas began floating in the sky. 3 attempts each, with 5-minute breaks between rounds. Finally, Phase 2 is here. I'm setting my sights on rank 754. My class might be terrible at monster hunting, but it's a dream for dueling. I'm officially putting in a challenge for rank 86. "I challenge Zhou Yi," Shenlong yelled, leaping onto the platform with fire in his eyes. "Get up here. Let's see what you're made of." That's Shen Lingfang, the star from the elite Jiangning clan. Word is he carries the rare blood of the flame dragon within his veins. Since you arrived, his dreams of being number 1 have turned to dust. He's pretty salty, acting way overconfident for someone not on my level. Bless his heart, he's just blinded by a silly grudge. Zhou Yi hopped up saying, "Give it your best shot. It's Holy Knight versus Berserker. Let's see who the real fighter is." Shen Lingfang smirked. Then the referee finally gave the signal and shouted, "Begin." He immediately unleashed Crimson Flame Fist and Blood Fury rushing Zhou Yi. Down below, Wang Hai realized exactly what the plan was. Those are the classic high-speed moves of a berserker class. It looks like Shenling Fong is hunting for a lightning-fast knockout blow. By activating Blood Fury early, he's hoping to land the first strike and prevent Zhou Yi from casting any of his helpful buffs. Zhu Huayang noted that his battle instincts were quite sharp for a noble heir. Sadly, he was still one step behind our hero. His attack whiffed completely. Holy Light's Protection. When on Earth did you find the time to cast a spell like that? Holy Light's Protection is a B+ rank skill that eats physical damage for breakfast. That was the one move I was really dreading. I guess I was just a tiny bit too slow, he grumbled. Shenling Fang looked regretful while Zhou Yi just offered a polite, smug grin. You're fast, but I only need 0.1 seconds to shield up, Zhou, Yi said cheerfully, pulling out his trusty Hammer of Repentance. I was actually hoping for a challenge, so I let you have the first swing. I'm sorry, but this isn't really doing it for me. With a polite nod, Zhou Yi raised his hammer and delivered a firm smack. His opponent went sailing into a very ungraceful faceplant. His flame shield popped like a soap bubble. Where did that power come from? Before he could recover Zhou, Yi appeared right in front of him. That heavy hammer was ready to drop. Oh no, I absolutely cannot let it end like this. As the hammer whistled down, Shenling Fang dodged and summoned his domain. He blocked the strike with one hand. Talk about a level up. He lunged forward with a flurry of incredibly fast punches. The Flame Dragon's domain. So that is the secret power hidden in your family tree. Zhou Yi spoke calmly, floating through the air like a gentle breeze. He dodged every strike while a curious thought popped into his head. First Yang, now Shen. Every wealthy heir has a bloodline cheat code. Honestly, having such an advantage makes me a tiny bit jealous. Even with your dragon blood roaring to go, you're still no match for me. Zhou Yi grabbed his arm and swung him around again. But this time, the rhythm of the duel took a surprising turn. Shenling Fang actually dodged it. Even our hero was impressed by that move. My dragon powers aren't just for close range, you know. Today, I'll show you true majesty. Dragon's Breath, activate. With a deep breath, Shenling Fang unleashed a torrent of fire. Whoa, there it is. The crowd is absolutely loving this legendary flame. Poor Shen had to use his ultimate trick just to stay in the game. Without a bloodline, Zhou Yi might be in some hot water. Jiang Churan was already biting her nails, and the crowd's murmurs didn't help. On stage, Zhou Yi simply activated his halo of sacred flames. He absorbed all that fire like it was a light snack. Looking into Zhou Yi's eyes, Shen felt like a commoner facing a legendary king. Refusing to accept reality, Shen stubbornly kept up his fiery attack. He poured on the flames, desperately hunting for an opening. It's no use, my friend, your flames have already chosen a new master. Zhou Yi gathered the fire into a single glowing point. With one smooth swing, he sent the fire zooming back. This match has been lovely, but I think it's time to wrap things up. Using my own fire against me, you've got to be joking. To his absolute shock, the flames refused to listen to him at all. The blast hit him square in the face, and it was lights out. Shenling Fang is out cold. We have a winner, folks. As the victory was called, the medical team rushed over. That arrogant hothead just got a total reality check from start to finish. And get this, it didn't even look like Zhou Yi was trying. If he actually got serious, how much power would he truly unleash? With his high rank and sharp instincts, he completely dominated. Reaching level 5 in just 1 month is a massive accomplishment. While the crowd buzzed with excitement, Wang gestured toward the stage with a grin. Look, there is another provincial champion joining the fray. A graceful girl in Taoist attire steps forward to challenge Zhou. I am Sun Halan, a level 17 spirit practitioner. Let us have a polite match. Within the Xia Kingdom, spirit Taoists represent the peak of elite classes. They specialize in enchanted scrolls and the sacred art of binding. Since the hidden illness of Xiaoyun was a bloodline awakening, the priest suggested sealing charms. Finding a true expert here is a total stroke of luck. Zhou reflected on this while observing his fresh opponent. A level 19 Holy Knight Zhou, you were clearly hiding your true strength before. But before our duel officially begins, would you mind showing me the full extent of your legendary power? No worries, I will wait while you activate all your magic buffs. Down in the bleachers, the students gasped in absolute disbelief. When did Zhou reach level 19? No wonder my appraisal skill failed. He is 3 whole levels above me. That is truly impressive. Zhou didn't use a single ability during his previous clash. That is Wild Wait isn't Sun Halan from the prestigious Song family. Aren't they the only ones authorized to use these secret arts? And Guyun Zhou smiled at her determination. I won't hold anything back. Your wish is my command, Halan chirped, offering a polite bow and a smile. And just like that, their epic showdown officially began. Zhou started triggering his high-level class skills one by one. Radiant blessings of dawn and courage flared, revealing his maximum potential. Now let us enjoy a truly magnificent match. Joe flicked his wrist, sending a shimmering bolt of light toward her. Helen's expression shifted, chanting a sacred prayer to wake her talismans. A swarm of magical paper charms spiraled high into the sky. They formed a brilliant barrier, catching Joe's energy beam mid-flight. She popped another charm, making the trapped light burst harmlessly. As she tried to dash away through the thick smoke, she realized Joe had vanished from his previous position. Searching around, she suddenly heard Joe's gentle voice right behind her. "Did you really think a quick move would lose me?" With a friendly grin, Joe brought his massive axe down. Helen reacted with blinding speed, spinning around in a total panic. She quickly slapped down a talisman to summon a sturdy barrier. She blocked the strike but wondered how he moved so fast. "Honestly, even with my auto defenses active, I am barely holding on. I have to bet everything on my next big trick." She fired a wave of fireballs to keep Joe at a distance. Then she summoned a tiny army of bean soldiers. How adorable. I never expected to witness the legendary bean soldier technique here. With a sharp order from Helen, the miniature army charged forward. Joe swept them aside easily, but the soldiers instantly reformed for more. They are weak alone, but their persistence is quite the headache. They seem to have the same eternal regeneration as ghostly spirits. This is quite a tricky situation. It looks like the only way to win is to cut their magic flow. While Joe planned, he kept fighting, leaving Helen feeling completely baffled. This makes no sense. My formation should stop any level 30 pro, yet this guy's just taking it easy. While Helen was busy overthinking, Joe zipped behind her like a gust of wind, swinging his axe with flair. She quickly surrendered. Okay, I give up. Joe is the winner. He stopped, looking a bit confused by the quick surrender. "I thought you wanted a real fight." "You are truly amazing." "I completely admit defeat." Helen laughed cheerfully, though she was thinking something else. "Is he for real? There are other matches to win. Being stubborn now would just leave me beaten like poor Shen. I will definitely come back for advice once I am ready." Helen hopped off the platform as Joe gave his axe a cool little spin. He looked at the crowd and asked politely, "Does anyone else feel brave? I am ready whenever you want to step up." Naturally, no one wanted a bruise, so 49 creative excuses suddenly appeared to avoid him. Jiang Charan smiled widely at his friend. "That is my buddy Joe for you." Even Swanee was looking up at Joe, finding him more charming by the second. Muscle that crushes speedsters and brains that outshine the best mages. His strength truly belongs in a storybook. Just then a teacher whispered to her colleague, "Is he really just a humble commoner? He is officially the top freshman on campus." Calling him a genius is an understatement. He is a total powerhouse. Meanwhile, in the VIP section, the deans looked nervous as the second round ended. Soon, department heads will start scouting for their favorites. Clearly, Joe was the grand prize, and Sumini knew she had to act. She leaned over to the dean and whispered, "Don't worry, I have a plan. I simply must recruit this young man. He is coming with me elsewhere." Some students were eyeing the hurt Shen for an easy victory. The others pounced, climbing the ranks, while poor Shen's standing took a massive, uncontrollable dive. Though angry, Shen could only grumble quietly to himself. "Once I am healed, you will all see why you should not mess with me." 30 minutes later, the chaotic second round finally ended with Joe and his friends taking the top honors. Finally, the massive freshman tournament reached its conclusion. With everyone's new ranks decided, new dorms and school credits were being distributed next. Even at the bottom, do not worry, hope remains. The Academy offers many ways to improve your score through dedication. Next came the grand tour of the student dormitories. To kick things off, our 5 deans will introduce the unique philosophies of their prestigious academies, starting with Wu Meng and the War Academy. Though the terrifying days of massive otherworldly invasions have finally passed, many brave heroes still fall on the front lines every single year. Our mission is simple: boost your combat skills so you actually survive the heat of battle. It is brutal, extreme, and necessary. That is the sacred creed we live by at the War Academy. Meanwhile, at the Elemental Academy, we only accept those gifted with nature's power. I will guide you to the core of true elemental mastery. Forget flashy skills. The Weapons Academy focuses on the pure lethality of your blade. Join us and turn your body into the ultimate tool of destruction, or let the Tactics Academy transform you into a brilliant master strategist. Regardless of your class, our doors are always open to the future commanders who will lead us to victory. In the midst of war, a genius strategist can save thousands of lives with one clever plan. Without solid logistics, any army would crumble. Greetings to all my hard-working, non-combat professionals. Pick our Logistics Academy. We might not fight, but we keep this whole world running. You will gain expert insights into every essential life profession. Soon enough, those tough fighters will be begging you for help. The Logistics Dean chuckled warmly while giving his belly a jolly pat, leaving the other deans wishing they could just vanish into the floor. Wu Meng cleared his throat to wrap things up. That concludes our quick tour of the 5 major academies in our great nation. It is time to log in and choose your future, everyone. So Zhao Yi, which one caught your eye? Jiang Churan asked eagerly. Zhao Yi stayed quiet, glued to his screen until Wu Meng made an unexpected pitch. Zhao Yi, join my war academy and I will mentor you. Wei Shou is a personal tutor. Zhao Yi blinked as Wu Meng explained that every master gets 1-star student for exclusive high-level training sessions. All my personal resources go straight to you, plus I have gifts. Check out these sweet sign-on bonuses I have set aside for you. 3 rank A skill books and a top-tier resource token. But wait, the other deans jumped in desperate to recruit the school's top prodigy. Think carefully. If you join my Elemental Academy instead, I will deck you out in a complete set of legendary tier gear right now. The weapons dean, who was standing right there, teleported instantly to Zhao Yi's face to drop his own tempting offer for the boy. The second you sign with the Weapons Academy, all the best power-up resources are yours for the taking. Do not miss this chance. Hey, I called dibs first. Wu Meng shouted from above. The others just rolled their eyes. This was not about who arrived first. It is all about showing true sincerity, is it not? Zhao Yi scratched his head, feeling a weird sense of déjà vu about this. The rest of the students could only watch in pure green-eyed envy. 3 deans are actually fighting over Zhao Yi talk about major perks. Honestly, anyone would be totally green with envy. Landing a personal mentor here is just like becoming a legendary direct disciple of a master. Plus, you get first dibs on all of your teacher's secret resources. But aren't the offers these 3 deans are making a little generous? Rank A skill books are incredibly hard to find, but the Elemental Dean is going wild, offering an entire set of legendary gear. Old Zhou and Song are truly bringing their A-game. I get the Weapons Academy. But why does the Elemental Academy want a Holy Knight? While the others grumbled, the principal dropped a total bombshell on everyone. Zhao Yi, I want you to become my personal star pupil. Everyone stared at Principal Wong as he promised a rare bloodline fusion ritual, the legendary bloodline forging technique that people only whisper about. It is forbidden magic that fuses the blood of powerful monster races, gifting the user a truly unique and powerful lineage for themselves. The technique will give your physical stats a permanent boost. Plus, you will receive even more bonus attribute points every time you level up. Hearing that Wong wanted Zhao Yi as his student sent the other students into a total frenzy, offering forbidden tier magic right away. Isn't that just a little bit unfair for a new student? Remember, Principal Wong's top student is actually the master of the nation's strongest guild. If Zhao Yi joins him, those elite connections will help him rocket to the top of the rankings in no time at all. Up front, Shen Lingfang was absolutely seething with jealousy at the news. That lucky jerk has all the best luck in the world. Without Zhao Yi, I would be the top rookie. Zhu Huang knew he could not outmatch the principal and could only sigh defeatedly. He never guessed that Zhao Yi's appeal would be quite this high, so irresistible that even the big boss himself had to step in. This young man is full of surprises. Wang chuckled while replying. He reached out and handed a small, glowing item over to the boy. The Grand Marshal of the Snow Dragon Corps wanted me to deliver this to you. Shen Lingfang recognized the prize instantly. It was a golden medal. No way. Not even the elite Shen family owned something as rare as that. What did this guy do to earn such a legendary prize? Whoa, am I dreaming? That is a true golden medal of honor. Everyone was shocked as they realized it was a golden contribution medal. My dad fought for years and only got a silver one. To the brave souls who crushed every hurdle and fought for our future, advancing the civilization of our great nation through their heroic actions. The crowd looked on in absolute awe at the young hero. Zhao Yi stared at the inscription in total disbelief, trying to remember his actions. Principal Wong smiled and mentioned the Raging Winds Mountains. You earned this through your bravery. The Raging Winds mountain range. What exactly happened out there in the cold, misty peaks? Crushing a demon army is impressive, but does it deserve a medal? Is a secret plot brewing? Zhou bowed, saying, "Many thanks, Principal." Chu Huang chuckled with a friendly wink. Why the formality? Are you honestly still using his official title? He gave Master Wong a respectful nod. Teacher, I'm grateful to learn from you. We've got no time to waste. Let's head out. In a blink, Master Wong used his aura to teleport him. Hang Wumong moved toward Jiang Shiron, but Sei cut him off. Miss Jiang joined me, and you'll get the best perks. Hey, old song, are you really trying to crash my scouting party? Are you blocking me on purpose? Since the principal grabbed Zhou Yi, I'm absolutely claiming Jiang Shiron for myself. Returning to our protagonist, they reached Master Wong's private estate, a hidden sanctuary for mythical gear. Come find me here if you ever need help. To start, let's select the ideal components to forge your new bloodline. Zhou Yi realized this villa was essentially a high-security treasure room. You even need magic just to step inside or exit. We could be in a totally different country right now. Without warning, a shimmering, mystic array manifested before Zhou Yi. Master Wang channeled his energy. Keep in mind this alters your genetic makeup. People crave dark spells but miss the essentials. Ancient blood is the true core of this evolution. Standard human genes, unfortunately, have a very limited strength potential. Once you reach higher tiers, those stat bonuses will gradually begin to diminish. That's why experts who plateau after advancing decide to merge with mythic species to shatter their current boundaries. Zhou Yi was stunned. The leveling struggle is real even for you. You still stress over experience points at your level. Absolutely. Each rank after the third awakening requires a mountain of experience. I'm already 64 years old. Slaying high-rank Lord Beasts is a massive challenge. I've gathered 3 distinct ancient essences for your selection. We've got the Angel, the Titan, and the Great Dragon. Every single one hails from a magnificent godly ancestry. Select one path. It provides a unique top-tier ability. This angelic essence was harvested from the relics of an archangel. Angels serve as the sacred offspring of the mighty deity of light. Opting for this sacred substance grants you immense light stats and holy resistance. Meanwhile, Titans naturally command the fury of lightning. Merging with them upgrades your electric skills into devastating thunderclaps. The Great Dragon Tribe are the true descendants of the Dragon God. They possess the most pristine dragon genes imaginable. Once integrated, you'll reign supreme over all monsters, celestials, and drakes. We're dealing with level 60 elites here. Even with my gamer system, this world holds secrets. I can't just choose blindly. Pondering his options, Zhou Yi looked at his master. Mentor, truthfully, which path is optimal? Which one best suits my current stats? Confronting 3 mythic essences would make most rookies spiral into a panic. They'd probably just pick at random and make a mistake. Keeping his cool during such a massive decision shows this boy is genuinely composed. Master Wang nodded in silent praise before speaking. Both the Titan and Dragon samples offer immense destructive power, but they mainly just increase your physical and mana pools. Given your unique link to the light deity, the angelic core is ideal. You could potentially spark an evolution that exceeds your most ambitious expectations. After careful thought, Zhou Yi trusted his mentor and claimed the angelic essence. It appears this was your fate. Welcome as my 5th pupil. You have 4 upperclassmen above you. I'll make introductions later. Master, I have just one more small inquiry. Why was I awarded a top-tier medal for stopping just one demon group? The reward feels excessive. Master Wang's expression became grim. Fine, I suppose it's time to reveal the full story. Defeating those mountain demons actually uncovered their entire hidden agenda. High Command realized these creatures are utilizing mid-sized portals for their invasion. Hearing this, Zhou Yi realized the gravity of the situation. So are monsters currently lurking across our entire country? Precisely. You're very sharp at connecting the dots. Our initial search already located 100 of those rift-jumping nuisances scattered throughout the land. Fortunately, those pests are weaklings the military can handle easily. Combat units nationwide are now ordered to exterminate these trespassers. Soon the Academy will release unique hunting quests. As my student, I expect you to match your seniors and defend our nation. Zhou Yi clenched his fist with absolute resolve. Yes, Master, count on me. Master Wang passed him a mysterious relic and finished the briefing. Merging bloodlines requires careful preparation. Head home and rest well. Use this device to return here tomorrow at 9 o'clock sharp. At sunrise, Zhou Yi opened his character interface to review his drops. Which of these items will provide the greatest advantage? Master mentioned that the fusion relies on physical stats and pure fortune. It's essentially a gamble. Thus, Zhou Yi grabbed the luck elixir. S-rank fortune draft consumed 4, massive luck for 12 full hours. I truly hope this S-rank drop from that beast is the real deal. Without wasting a heartbeat, Joe downed the liquid and prepared to open his randomized treasure chest. Jackpot. You've landed an S-rank prize, the Dragon Condensation Fruit. This legendary treat actually blossoms from ancient dragon bones. Eating this boosts your health and sharpens your magic. Zhou Yi cheered loudly. Snagging an S-rank item is a total win. My previous chests were just full of literal garbage. That luck potion really worked. Now time to go see Master Wang. Zhou Yi used the warp point to zip straight to his teacher's place. He arrived in a heartbeat. He heard Dean Chu ask, Headmaster, are you sure about this? Divine Angel Clan relics are incredibly hard to find. Making angel blood essence is like reaching for the stars. Armies would definitely fight just to own a single drop. I've been waiting for a student worthy of this rare gift, and Zhou Yi is my top pick. I'm really proud of him. Zhou Yi strolled in, acting cool. Hey, Master, Wong smiled. You're looking sharp today. Your body is finally ready for the big level up. Come here. I've prepared a special bloodline fusion ritual for you. Shirt off, then sit inside the magic circle. He followed orders as Wong told the dean to begin. Of course, Chu replied, channeling raw power into the ancient magic formation as it started to hum. The circle ignites. Suddenly, Zhou Yi is completely wrapped in a warm, holy radiance. But quickly, that golden glow is frozen by a blast of blue frost. This ice is intense. Does he have a secret bloodline? Soon the whole room is a block of ice. Seeing his own arm frozen solid, the dean was totally shocked. If he becomes a mage, his frost skills will be legendary. He could be the world's greatest ice master. I knew his sister had ice powers, so I had a hunch. Usually the angel bloodline is the strongest during fusion. It should easily crush any weaker bloodlines. I wasn't worried, but now these two powers are actually fighting. They're clashing. This frost must be incredibly high tier. I bet Zhou Yi's family history is actually pretty mysterious. Master Wong frowned, watching closely. He remembered that hybrid bloodlines come from the very first legendary game players. Since the game merged with reality, everything changed. High-level players passed down stronger legacies to their kids. Since his ice resists angels, his ancestors were likely elite. His family must have been top-tier players from day one. That's the only way. A normal person couldn't possibly hold such a terrifyingly strong power inside them. Without this frost defense, the angel blood would have already taken over his body. Right now, the frost and angel blood are locked in a fierce battle. Even if frost loses the angel, essence will be spent. Wasting such rare essence would be a total shame. Now we have to leave his fate to the universe. If we stop the ritual now, Zhou Yi is doomed. Let's hope his luck is holding outside Chu Huayang. While Zhou Yi fought the agonizing pain, a miracle happened. System alert. The gate of consciousness has finally activated. Enter your inner mental space. Deep in his subconscious, Zhou Yi drifted into a strange, mysterious realm. A distant angel smiled. My child, you've arrived. Is this your mind? Zhou Yi tilted his head, looking totally confused. Congrats on your blessing. I'll give you incredible power. You'll be free from boring rules and those pesky moral chains. Just follow your heart. Do you accept? But under that hood was a demon's wicked, twisted grin. Honestly, this is totally gross. Why do I suddenly want to bonk her with a holy light mace? Don't be shy, dear. Just accept this gift and gain some seriously incredible strength. While the suspicious angel kept talking, she took a massive mace to the face. Zhou Yi shouldered his weapon, feeling relieved. Always trust your gut. Meanwhile, in another realm, the angel... Hang Yao watched Zhou Yi and couldn't stop laughing. Her confused servant just stared. Oh, it's nothing. I've found someone truly funny, she thought, waving a hand. Don't let me down, kid. Back to the struggle, nursing her bruised face. The fake angel shrieked, what gives, defying divinity? Heaven will make sure you have nowhere to hide. Now kneel and beg for mercy, pronto. I might just forgive you, maybe. No, thanks. Zhou Yi aimed his weapon. It is officially game on. You stubborn brat, you have no